Welcome to tonight's episode of Late Night Q&A with ZodWriter featuring Sonja G, Sweet Sonja G. Here we are. We are both live here. The only reason why our cameras are off is because Sonja is finishing up dinner, and we're not going to eat on camera. That's not something that we do on this show. Although there are some people who do these kinds of things, live streams, and they don't have any trouble eating full course meals while they're on stream. I've seen people do it and I'll never understand. And then I literally have to go to them and say, hey, what are you eating? And because they got like a whole plate, a whole spread. I'll never understand why people want other people to watch them eat on camera.
Mukbang. Is that what it's called? A mukbang? Hello, everybody.
I don't know what it's called, but your guess is as good as mine on that, Sonja. But we've got the chat getting started already. Oh, is I guess in the chat and says, "Far from racist, my brother." So he's trying. So I guess he's referring to what happened on Tuesday on the ZodWriter show when I was raided by the Young Turks, claiming that I was a racist and that my channel needed to be shut down thanks to somebody by the name of Hassan that I don't know all that well. And thankfully, Sonja was there during that event this Tuesday and was there to knock down all these crazy people you were one of the moderators that was getting rid of all of these crazy raiders that were trying to shut down my YouTube channel. That was quite an experience.
It was crazy.
Yes, it was. It was crazy. But see, this is why I don't deal with anything political on the right or the left, because it's all nonsense and it's all craziness. So I try to I try to talk about anything but politics, basically. And
but you know me, Joey. You know me. I'm heavy into politics, but because this show is not a political show, I will not share any information. Anyway.
Well, if people want to know where you stand on the political spectrum, they can always look you up. Katsuka 92 says, "Woo!" And that's exactly how I feel. I mean, this is Thursday night, and we're here doing our show. We're here doing what we normally do, which is a great thing. And Graphic Vandalism, aka Johnny Alpha, the co-host of the ZodWriter show, says, "So, Fart Knocker, so happy you're on. I needed something to listen to as I finish reading these comics for my show tomorrow." Yeah, shout outs to you and to Pink Buzz, Johnny Alpha. Or should I say Bucky Wise, as you are going to be changing your name to Bucky Wise. I think that's amazing. We Johnny and I the other day after the ZodWriter show on Tuesday night watched an animated OVA for the video game Ninja Gaiden, and that OVA was from the 90s, and it had really amazing artwork and was really bloody. We're going to be doing a watch party for it on the ZodWriter show on July the 13th. So anybody that wants to join us for the watch party on that episode, we're going to be airing it on YouTube and on Twitch. So simultaneously. So if we get shut down from YouTube, we'll just continue doing the show on Twitch. But I'm looking forward to it because this Tuesday we're also doing another old anime from a long time ago that nobody owns the rights to right now, called Lensman. So we're going to be watching that on Tuesday's ZodWriter show, and the same rule applies. We're going to do it. We're going to start it on YouTube, and if the show gets shut down on YouTube, we're just going to continue on Twitch. So that way we're airing simultaneously, so that everything can be. So that we can cover all the bases, but hopefully YouTube will leave us alone, because neither one of those animated features are copy protected right now that we know of. They've been out in the wild for a long time, and neither one of them are being
copyrighted.
held
Nope.
or copywritten that we know of right now. So we're gonna try. But if it doesn't work out on YouTube, we will have Twitch. I will be again running it simultaneously. So people who are participating in that show or are going to be there watching it don't need to worry, because you will have two platforms to be able to check us out that night. And Marcus Cruz asks, Zod, did you watch The Sopranos? Yes, I did. I've seen the entire series a few different times. And if you're asking the question because of the new movie that's coming out, Many Saints of Newark, I'm definitely looking forward to the film. What about you, Sonia? Have you checked out The Sopranos?
I'm not a fan of The Sopranos. I haven't gotten into that show.
Oh,
I
okay.
hear people talk about it a lot, though.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a prequel movie coming out called The Many Saints of Newark. It's going to be on HBO Max and in theaters later this year. So a lot of people are talking about it now. So
what network is
that's going to be on
streaming on right now?
HBO Max. And
so it is on HBO.
Because The Sopranos is an HBO show. So
got it.
I'm pretty sure it'll always be on HBO Max. And Katsuka92 says that whole situation was wild. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what I ever did to tick off the Young Turks. I have absolutely no interest either way politically when it comes to anything that they talk about. I have since done some research and found out about them, but I still don't know what precipitated them to try and take down my channel, because I really, like I said, I'm not like Sonia here. I don't have any political leanings as far as that goes one way or the other. So it's kind of a mystery to me, to say the least.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then there was one bot that just kept shooting out the N-word, like back to back to back to back. I'm like, what?
Right. And as I was trying to explain this all to my dad today, because he was trying to figure out what was going on, and I basically told him the reason why they do that, the reason why they will shoot out the N-word consistently over and over and over again, is because that will trigger the YouTube algorithm that will automatically label your channel as hate speech and take your stream offline. And so they knew, because it's all automated. So they knew if they did it enough times that it would eventually take the stream down. But thankfully, you and the ambassador were there blocking and getting rid of folks as soon as this was happening. So it wasn't like so I guess they weren't able to get it out enough times. And I went ahead and, disabled the chat for that stream, so that now when you go back and you watch that stream, you won't see any of the craziness that happened in the chat, right. Even though we did delete and get rid of most of it. Yeah. I didn't want to take any chances, Sonia, that anything might have been left over or anything. So I just made sure that chat was turned off altogether, so that wouldn't even be an issue. It's kind of like, you did. Yeah, that way when people watch it, they'll just see the regular show, and it's not right. It's not one of those things where anything is really a problem. And Koopy Malik says, "Hello all, hello Zod and Sonia. How are you, Koopy Malik? Good to see you. Glad you're here. One of the things I have a lot of friends that I stream with and stuff that are actually kind of streaming right now, and it's funny to me because I say to myself, "Oh God." I always try to check and see what my friends are doing before I schedule streams and stuff. But this stream that you and I are doing, I've had scheduled for quite a while, because we do this on Mondays and Thursdays every week. So I try to say, well, look, I'm committed to the stream that I'm doing. So it's kind of one of those things where when you set up a show and you're committed to it, you stream regardless of whatever else is going on at this time. And right. Marcus Cruz says the right and left are both stupid and idiots, in my opinion. Okay, we'll leave that at that. And the Truth 31 says, what's up, Zod and Sonia? The weekend is almost upon us. Hope you all are well. Truth, it is so great to see you. I'm always happy when you're in here, brother. The weekend is almost here, and that's
3-day weekend.
Definitely good news. Oh, cool. Cool. You got a 3-day weekend, which means
And so do you.
we're going to be streaming. Yeah, but I didn't know for sure if you were going to have a 3-day weekend.
You know what? I get the same because I'm dealing with insurance and financials.
Yeah.
You know, I get the same as the bankers. I get bankers holidays.
Well, that's good.
So government and bankers holidays. So yeah.
That is great. That's great to know, Sonia. And because that's what I'm saying. We'll be able to hang out this weekend. Maybe we could hook up with our buddy Johnny here, Bucky Wise. We can hook up with Bucky Wise and watch some movies this weekend. Yeah, we can watch some movies this weekend because we're gonna have a 3-day weekend. So that'll be nice to kind of get into the mode of watching some stuff, watching some classic anime. And Katsuka 92 wants to know, how are y'all doing tonight? I'm doing good.
Katsuka. I like saying his name. Katsuka. Did I pronounce
yeah, especially considering that you and I both thought that he was a woman at first.
I know, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. I felt so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but you weren't alone in that, so it's okay. You know, you and I both felt the same way. And Koopy Malik says, Ninja Gaiden, which one? Always nice to see Ryu. Yeah, Habeuse, the Dragon Ninja. Yes, this was the Ninja Gaiden OVA from the 90s. There's only one of them as far as I can remember. And I like to laugh about it because they use they use very similar sprites for the character of Ryu as they use for Richter from Castlevania, from Rondo of Blood. So I always like to call that out any chance that I get. But it is an awesome anime. It's an awesome OVA. And like I said, Koopy Malik, we will be doing a live watch party of that episode on July the 13th on the ZodWriter show. So you definitely, if you're a fan and want to check that out with us, we're going to definitely be watching that. And Sonia, if you're available, you should join us for that as well. We're going to definitely be watching that movie. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's an OVA, so it's not very long. I think it's only about 45 minutes, if that. I'm not even sure if it's 45 minutes. It's pretty short because me and Johnny were able to watch it on Tuesday night after the ZodWriter show, and it went pretty quick. So, awesome. Says, hey, geeks, what's up, Thank you for your earlier comment. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's one of the things that I that I keep saying, and it was so funny because I was talking to my father earlier, and I'm like, I don't know what could possibly get me labeled as a racist in the eyes of anyone, because I am, number one, not only am I mixed racial myself, but I mean, wow, I just don't know I just don't even know how to respond to that kind of stuff. That's just like total nonsense. The more I think about it, the more I believe that they targeted the wrong person, and I just got caught by mistake. Maybe there's another Zod out there on YouTube who's doing some nefarious things. That's what I'm thinking,
or they could have just been going in and out of different live streams just randomly and just spamming them.
Yeah, but it seemed awfully, I don't know. There were a lot of things that were
on purpose.
Yeah, because I just think that there was a lot of things on there that really didn't make any sense. Plus, we had that main guy from the Young Turks who was backstage in the chat. So that was kind of strange in and of itself. There was that element. Did you finish your fries?
Yes, and my nuggets. Yes, I got all finished.
That's great. I'm glad you finished. That's the thing. You want.
Okay, Joey, what happened? Looks like Joey has technical difficulties. What is going on?
I clicked the wrong button. That's all.
I'm like,
I pulled myself out of the chat accidentally. That's all that was. The Nicotina Show. What's up, Nicotina? He says, "What's up, Zod? Good to see you, man. Always good to have you in the chat. Hope all is going well with you on the Nicotina Show and everything else that you're involved in, man. Good to see you." And Marcus Cruz says, "Zod, who do you think killed Tony Soprano at the end?" I don't really know. I still hold to the idea that maybe he might not be dead. There's a possibility that he might not have died. Maybe it was all set up just to make us think that he died. I don't know. But I don't know. It's so debatable. I've watched that finale so many times, and it's hard for me. I mean, there's so many. Again, it was set up very, very convincingly to where you could think that he died at the end. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the end of The Sopranos. But it's also left rather open-ended to where you could think that maybe he didn't die, but then the way that it ends is very, very suggestive to believe that was the end, especially the way death is talked about towards the end of the series. So I really don't, I really don't know. It's hard to speculate on that. But I mean, I go back and forth. Sometimes I think he was killed at the end. Sometimes I think he was left alive. Ultimately, because what you have is, I always thought that they were planning on doing a movie at some point, that they would do a Sopranos movie that actually took place after the series. And I feel like if James Gandolfini had not passed away, that something like that may have actually occurred. And if that happened, that would have automatically ended any speculation about if he died at the end of the finale or not. But given the fact that James Gandolfini is no longer with us, you could just as easily take that ending as he's dead. So I don't know. It's a crazy concept. And Graphic Vandalism gives a good answer here as a more true to life realistic way for him to have gone. Diabetes killed Tony Soprano. Yes. See, that's the other thing. It's so funny because his health, he was always having panic attacks. And I think he had a heart attack once or twice in the series. I know he had panic attacks and stuff. So if he, I remember at one point Christopher had gotten into a fight with him and told him, well, you're going to be dead by the time you're 50. He was talking about, his health, by the way that he, his eating habits, his cholesterol, all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty funny. I like Johnny's explanation here. Leroy Kong, what's up, man? What's up, Leroy? Man, Leroy, you got to join us on the ZodWriter show sometime, man. I really like your takes. It'd be great to have you. You got to join us one of these Tuesdays. Hello, Zod. Sonia, sorry I'm late. Great live, man. It's always great to have you in here, Leroy. What's up, man? And Leroy says, happy 4th of July. Thank you, brother.
Right back at you.
And Marcus Cruz, my bets are Paulie, Patsy, Butchie, Russian guy from the boat, Russian mafia mob, New York commission, New York. Oh, for people who killed Tony, yeah. I don't know. Oh, it's hard to say, but we can obviously say that he died off screen one way or the other because the actor who played him truly is dead, and I don't think that he would ever get recast. LOL, it does sound a little feminine. What sounds a little feminine?
His name.
Oh, Katsuka.
That's what threw me
off. That's why you and I both thought he was a girl, and you were talking about girl power the other day. I remember. Yeah.
By the way, I'm a guy.
Right. By the way, I'm a guy. Yeah,
sorry.
That's pretty funny. And Katsuka92 says, I love Castlevania Bloody Tears. It's one of my favorite pieces. I completely agree with you. I absolutely love all the music from Castlevania. Castlevania is one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. And I will say that I'm looking forward to more animated Castlevania stuff. I mean, they released a news report not too long ago that we're going to get an adaptation of Rondo of Blood with Richter Belmont as the lead, and Richter Belmont is my favorite of the Belmonts. So I'm really looking forward to that series. Marcus Cruz. Zod, what do you think of Castlevania Netflix series? For me, it was the best American animated series of all time. I'm glad it's getting a spin-off series with Richter Belmont. Yes, I agree with you. It's the best American animated series of all time. I agree. It's fantastic.
I love it.
The voice acting was phenomenal. The writing was on point. The animation was just some of the greatest, most spectacle-esque stuff that we've ever seen out of. I mean, it was so good, and it's always fun to go back and rewatch those episodes. I love it. All 4 of the seasons for Castlevania were home run as far as I'm concerned. Integrity 101 says, "What's up? What's up, Integrity 101? Good to see you, man. My fellow simulation theory brother. How you doing, man? Glad you're here." Luis Sosito says, "We are living in crazy times, brother." Oh, yes, we certainly are. We are living in crazy times when a guy that does nothing but talk about, movies and video games and goofy stuff gets targeted by a left-wing political group. That's pretty amazing if you ask me. I had a guy that I talked to, a good friend of mine. He was like, Zod, what you ought to do is you ought to get one of those red "Make America Great Again" hats and wear it on every single one of your streams just to troll those guys and see what they do then. And I'm like, no, I don't have a death wish for my YouTube channel. So no, I'm not gonna go try and troll these people. I said my whole thing and my whole gimmick is to never get political, and I'm not gonna break that for anybody. I don't care. I'll talk politics privately with my family and friends, but I will never do it in a public setting like that, to tick off all these crazy political groups. There's entirely too many of them right now, and they're just all over the woodwork. So you got to be very careful what you say. You got to be very careful what direction you go in. But I don't know what it is, because again, I was being labeled as a racist. So I don't know where that came from. I don't know what precipitated that. I mean, I think it's really that's what makes it so bizarre. So I guess Hassan from the Young Turks thinks I'm a racist. I don't know why. I can't grasp it. I just don't understand what I ever did. And it's like, has this guy ever watched any of my streams? Has this guy ever heard any of my old shows that I used to do on PSN radio? Does he know anything at all about me to make those kinds of statements? I don't know. I have no clue.
It makes sense to me. That's why I thought you were randomly targeted.
Yeah, I that could be, because again, and the whole thing with the N-word constantly being thrown in the stream, that whole thing was just because that means you don't have anything to prove. You can't prove anything. So now you're just trying to trigger an algorithm. That doesn't mean that somebody's a racist. That means you're trying to bring down their channel out of malice for no reason, for nothing that they actually did. Because if you actually had proof on somebody, if you had proof that somebody was a racist, or you had proof that somebody was whatever ist you want to apply to them, you could go to some of their content, you could go to some of their Twitter posts or Facebook posts or whatever, and use their own words against them, use their own material if you really have proof that they're like that. But if you don't, then what are you going to do? You're going to resort to bombing their live stream and trying to take their channel down. And Keely Chow, how you doing? Says, hey everybody. Wow, the chat really turned out today. I'm really thankful. Thank you guys for being here. This is awesome.
Yes.
So Sonia and I are overwhelmed with all the support. We get all the support every show, Sonia. It's amazing. It's amazing. And Keely Child says, "What's going on?" Oh, just hanging out. Trying to have a chill stream. Let's see. Ketsuka, the call out to Leon Belmont in the second season of Castlevania is very subtle. Yeah, I agree. The about the call to Leon, and a lot of people don't realize is this entire series, this past Castlevania series that was done on Netflix, was tied indirectly with Castlevania 3, the old NES game, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. That's what this whole arc was essentially adapted from. Most of the elements that were taken were loosely surrounded in that Castlevania 3 video game. And, it was done very, very well, very, very tastefully, and just very, just beautiful. I love that series so much.
What platform did the game come out on? I never played the game. I love the anime, but I never played the game.
All the Castlevania games have come out on various platforms throughout the years.
Oh, okay.
Like original Nintendo. There were some Castlevania games for Super Nintendo. There was a Castlevania game for Sega Genesis. My favorite Castlevania game came out for the PC Engine, or TurboGrafx 16 as it was known in America, called Castlevania Rondo of Blood, and it was otherwise known as Dracula X, and it was very, very very good, very, very deep. And then you had Castlevania Symphony of the Night was the direct sequel to that, and that came out for the original PlayStation and was ported over to Xbox and all kinds of other video game platforms. But you've never played any Castlevania games?
No.
Wow. Yeah. If you look around, I think you might be able to find Symphony of the Night on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know. You might be able to, because it's a fun game. It's a classic. It's a fun game, and it's like a direct sequel to Rondo of Blood, which is, in my opinion, is the best Castlevania game ever made. Keely Chow, hey Sonia G, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do, but I'm not doing anything with it right now. I haven't produced any videos or any content, but I really do plan on it. I'm going to start going live and doing videos of me roller skating. So that's something I love to do. So yeah, I'm going to get that started pretty soon here.
Awesome. And Katsuka says, the anime of Castlevania is dang near perfect. Yes, it is. It is amazing.
It's awesome. I loved it.
And Koopy Malik says, Zod almost sucked into the Phantom Zone there for a second. Yes, I was almost into the Phantom Zone, but thankfully Sonia brought me out. And Integrity 101 says, Zod, don't even address the race thing. Don't respond to it. It's bullshit. Don't even acknowledge their nonsense. It's pathetic.
Amen. Yeah. Integrity.
Yes. That's amen. Right. Amen to that. I'm done talking about it. It is one of those things. Like I said, it was a mystery, and it's still a mystery, and I'm over it. Seriously. You're absolutely right.
It's your bald head, Joey.
Yeah, it could be my bald head. Maybe they don't like bald guys. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it could be that. I don't know.
Maybe they think you're a skinhead or something. I don't know.
I have no idea. Koopy Malik Katsuka, right? Yes. And let's see. Keely Chow, the movie could have been about the trial of Tony Soprano. Yeah, it could have been. If James Gandolfini had survived, that could have been one of the storylines that they could have went for. Yeah, that would have been interesting. Let's see. Koopy Malik says, ZodWriter, dude, your mic is kind of garbled there. Quite a bit odd noise on the sound.
Yes, I agree. what Kubi Malik said.
I don't know if it's me
It
though.
sounds like it's like cracking, like a
Yeah, but
cracking,
I don't know if it's me because I'm talking through a headset. So I don't know where the feedback would be coming from because I'm talking through a headset and I don't have anything else. In order to get that feedback, you have to have something else like running. So if I was speaking out of like a regular microphone and I didn't have a headset and I had something else on in the background, you would be able to hear my voice. You'd
No,
be able to
that's
hear
not
an
what
echo.
we're hearing. It's that it's as you're speaking. We can hear the
Yeah, I
popping
know.
as
I
your
can
words come out.
I can hear it now, but I'm not. But what I'm saying is I don't think it's coming from my end.
Oh, how weird.
I don't.
Because I mean, if I'm
Yeah.
hearing it and he's hearing it, then where could it be coming from? I don't know. But anyways, let's move on. We won't talk about the anyway, where are we at? We're to
It says anyway, it says Tony Soprano was killed in The Sopranos. It's all right there if you look. He got whacked from the guy exiting the bathroom with a gun like The Godfather in 1974. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's one theory. Let's see. Yatsuka says Sonia out there rocking some Superman merch.
Oh, hell yeah. I sure am. If it ain't Superman, it's Spider-Man. If it isn't Spider-Man, it's the Avengers. Yeah, I have so many comic tees. It's crazy. Superhero t-shirts. And yeah, I love my superheroes.
Good point. Two things you don't talk with friends about: politics and religion. Yeah, I know. Well, honestly, me and Sonia have gotten into some heavy arguments about politics. That's why. That's why we don't talk about politics.
We've had
to
conversations,
each other.
but we've never been in arguments.
Yeah, we have.
We've had disagreements, but they never like.
Well, that's what I mean. They're disagreements. We're disagreeing with each other. We're not fighting, but we're disagreeing.
Exactly.
Did anyone check out the leaked Spider-Man costume? You know what, Lewis? I checked out the leaked Spider-Man costume. It looks like an Iron Spider Walmart costume, in my opinion. I'm not really
Walmart costume.
Walmart.
Oh my God.
Walmart costume. But you know what? I don't really care about the Night Monkey Spider-Man anyway, so I'm good. Integrity 101, political correctness is the best way to destroy freedom of speech. Unfortunately, it's working like a charm. Yeah, I agree. Integrity 101. You should be able to say what you want to say. You should be protected by the First Amendment if you're in the United States. But unfortunately, cancel culture is making that impossible. Katsuka, you're a racist if you like NASCAR. Well, I don't like. I don't like
watching NASCAR.
I don't like NASCAR. I could care less about NASCAR. I've never been a NASCAR fan. I don't like stock car racing. I'm not into any of that crap. So you can count me out of that.
Oh, hush. I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but it's kind of like an ASMR thing for me. I can just sit there and watch the cars go around the track. And it's just like, I'm just mesmerized by that. But yeah, it's an ASMR thing. That's all. Go on.
Yeah. Okay, get it. All right, and I'm doing all right. How are you doing? Oh, doing good. Definitely.
Awesome.
What's up, Zod and Sonia? What's up, Neon Sci-Fi? Good to see you, man. Leroy Kong agreed, Zod. Okay.
On what? What was that about?
I don't know, but he agrees, so it's cool. And Katsuka says Rondo was great. Symphony of the Night got me into it. Yeah, you if you play, most people probably played Symphony of the Night before they played Rondo of Blood, only because Rondo was released exclusively in Japan and for so long was only available on the Japanese market. So you had to actually import the game to be able to play it, even if you had a PC engine or a CD version of the TurboGrafx 16 to be able to play that game. And then as the years went on, it became possible to emulate it and play, and then it eventually got ported over to PlayStation 4 and to, in recent years. And so now you can pretty much, and of course now you can emulate it. You can play it on just about anything. You can play it on a potato if you know how to set up the potato well enough. Leroy Kong says, my phone needs to charge. I like this video and all your videos. You take care. Zod and Sonia, bye. Great live. Thank you, Leroy. Go charge your phone, man. Have a great one, and we will see you again soon, brother. And Simon says, what's up, Simon? What's up, Zod?
Hey,
Sweet Sonia G and everyone. Great stream, guys. Glad you guys enjoy these streams so much. See, this is why we do it twice a week. We do it for you guys. See, if I mute Sonia, I don't have an echo in my voice. You see what it is? See, it's not me. See? Because you have.
I can hear it still. I can hear
No. I muted you and you didn't hear it. It wasn't there.
I'm talking right now.
Yeah, you're hearing it now because I unmuted you.
So you're saying it's me?
Yeah, I'm saying it's you.
Why it's me? Why is it me?
Because you're talking and you're not wearing a headset. So you're getting the echo. You're getting the reverberation.
It's not an echo that we're hearing, though.
It's a reverb. It's a reverb that's coming from me, and it's coming out on your end.
Okay, how is that possible when I was
because your speaker is external. You're not wearing a headset. If you have a headset, you wouldn't hear that. It wouldn't be coming out. Yeah,
okay.
That's what it is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not because of that. So
anyway,
I'm just letting you know.
Okay, no worries.
And Keely Chow agrees, says yes. You see, and Keely Chow says, I can't wait to subscribe to your channel at Sweet Sonia G.
So
you see, you have a fan. You do have fans out there.
Yeah, if you want to see some, some dancing and roller skates, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. What's the name of that roller skating art that you do? Is it called slam skating? What's it called?
Rhythm skating.
Rhythm
jam
skating.
Or you can say dance
skating. Rhythm skating, dance skating, jam skating.
Yes.
Horse skating, all kinds of stuff, right? I just want to know. And Katsuka says those guys are a bunch of baldists. Yes, I agree. Maybe they just don't like bald people, Integrity 101.
You were part of Nazis.
Well, God, I sure hope not.
You're a skinhead.
Oh, I sure hope not. Integrity 101 says, I've been working on a Superman fan edit for months. Well, I can't wait to see it when it's done, Integrity. Superman fan edits are some of the best fan edits out there, man. Ton of them. And Katsuka says, play on words, racist. I am laughing my ass off. NASCAR, yes. Racists, yes. That is a good play on words. Totally missed it. Totally went over both our heads.
Yes, it did.
And Marcus Cruz says, I really hope Sony has the rights to the Castlevania, Silent Hill, and Metal Gear Solid IPs. They can all remake them, so they can all remake them for PS5. That would be cool. Although I don't have plans on getting a PS5 anytime soon. I can tell you that. Integrity 101 says, screw NASCAR. Give me a demolition derby. They are surprisingly cool. That's awesome. Yeah, it's cooler to see cars crashing than to see them racing. Because don't they on NASCAR limit how fast the vehicles can go?
I don't know.
You can only don't they have speed limiters in the vehicles too, where the car's only going to go like, I don't know, 70 or 80 miles per hour and that's it? Or are they even allowed to go that fast? I don't know. Well, because they don't want nowadays they don't want nobody to get hurt. They're all about protecting the race car driver, right?
But they're already protected inside. I mean,
if the car's going over 100 miles an hour, more accidents happen. I don't know. I don't watch NASCAR, so
Anyway, Miss Louise
anyway.
Jane.
And Luis Sosito says Zack Snyder's trilogy is the #1 seller on Amazon. Yes, it is, and it's going to continue to be the #1 seller. And what makes this so funny is we're 3 months from the release of the box set. But according to Warner Brothers, nobody's interested and nobody cares about the Snyderverse. So what do we know, right? I mean, these sales figures are just exposing them for more as the liars that they are. I don't understand why they continue to lie about the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is inevitable. I agree. I think I agree that it's inevitable. And Katsuka says, I heard the crackle when you muted Sonya. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Katsuka.
Everybody can say they heard the crackle. I'm fine with that. Okay. You know what? It's cool. I'll take one for the team. It's my fault. So we'll take it out. Take it for the team. Side with her. Side with the girl. It's good. Side with the woman.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm on your side. It's my fault. The crackle's my fault. Okay. Koopy Malik says Metal Gear, the rumor of it having a live action adaptation. How real is it? I have no idea. I haven't even heard the rumor about a live action Metal Gear. Let me see here. If I go into my settings here and I delete and I go into the audio and I delete echo cancellation, does that get rid of my does that get rid of it or does that make it worse?
Oh, I can't hear it anymore.
Are you serious? I got rid of the echo cancellation.
It's gone. Hand clap for Todd.
Are you sure?
It's gone. I don't hear the crackle anymore or the popping noise.
Okay.
Sound great.
Okay, well, there you go then. Then it was my fault.
Thank you.
See? There you go. You're vindicated.
Thank you for owning up to it.
Yeah. I'll say this again. I was wrong. It was my fault. Koopy really. Malik, Oscar Isaac is doing it. Okay, cool. Glad it's happening. He's
Oh, you know what? It's back. I don't know what you're doing over there, Joey.
Well, I didn't do anything.
I can. Technical difficulty.
Okay. Well, I mean, the crackle's not there as much.
I can still hear it.
Okay, well, I don't know because I don't hear anything. Okay, Sonia has left the building temporarily. Do you guys still hear the crackle, or is it now I have a delay? I don't know. I could go into the settings here again and mess around a little bit and see if it changes anything. But let's see, audio. The one thing we had the echo cancellation, and then there's this automatic adjust mic volume that brings the mic up and down and does all kinds of crazy things. So I don't know what that is. Sonia's having technical difficulties, and she says she'll be back once she adjusts her technical issues.
Sorry, guys. I do apologize.
Welcome back.
I know you guys miss me.
Well, I missed you, but I don't matter right now. Only you do. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I could do. There's only so many options in the thing.
Well,
so
I mean, we could hear you fine. It's just the little popping noise coming through. But I mean, I guess we can deal with that.
Yeah, I guess we could deal with Zod's shortcomings, right, Sonia? Yeah, we could deal with that. Integrity 101 agree, bro. Been listening to the Rogues Gallery. I see I see Me Too. Shout out to Scooper Supreme. Yeah, yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I believe that the Snyderverse is going to be restored. They'd be stupid not to because there's just too much money to be made. Um, Marcus Cruz, that's cool. And graphic vandalism. Johnny Alpha says, drive really fast and turn to the left. He's talking about NASCAR. Yeah.
Mm.
Katsuka says, I love messing with you, Zod. Oh, yeah, everybody loves messing with me. This is why I'm going to be the one that gets choked out when you guys finally get me to 1,000 subscribers.
Uh,
According to Katsuka, it's fixed.
no, I could still hear it. It like went away for a minute. It was fixed. By the time he put that message up there, it was fixed, and then it started back up.
Mm.
Anyway,
It started back up. Well, I don't hear it. Um, Integrity 101, do you guys still watch the Chris Reeve Superman films? From time to time. Actually like the 3 hour Superman cut of Superman the movie. Do you still watch those
I haven't
movies,
watched him in
Sonia?
a long time.
Louis Sacido says yes. And Katsuka says that now Zod has a delay. LOL. And then now
Never mind, you're
Katsuka says,
good.
never mind, you're good. All right. Uh, Integrity 101, I do most only 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And the truth, 31. Hey, Zod and Sonia, what are your thoughts on Starship Troopers? I think it's an underrated classic. Starship Troopers is absolutely a classic. I love that movie. I watch it a couple times a year. What about you, Sonia?
I think I watched it like once. I haven't, been
Well,
into
I don't know.
live movies.
Paul Verhoeven is a genius. Anything he does, man, anything he directs is just crazy, man. I mean, you talk about Paul Verhoeven. We're talking about Starship Troopers, RoboCop, Total Recall. I mean, all those movies. And Katsuka says the crackle is back. Okay, well, I guess y'all gonna just have to live with the crackle tonight. I don't know why it's there. There's not too many options that I have in the thing to change it, so I don't know
We've
what's.
been waiting on the crackle to appear on scene, and it's
Yeah, well,
finally
you sound
here.
better than me, Sonia, right now. I guess because I apparently have a crackle, but you don't have anything when you speak. So you have the perfect setup. You don't even need a headset.
Oh, shut the hell up! What?
Sonia's
Anyway,
Sonia's perfect right now. That's why she's got a super shirt on right now. This is Supergirl right here. Check her
no,
out.
Supergirl. Okay, I guess you can call me Supergirl.
That's right.
Anyway,
You should have been cast as Supergirl. I don't know what they were thinking. And Integrity 101, Kupi Malik, cool. Have you seen Superman Redeemed? I have seen Superman Redeemed. I absolutely love Superman Redeemed.
I
It's one of the
haven't.
best. It's one of the best fan edits I've ever seen. Um, Katsuka 92. It kind of sounds like when you start to play an old record on a machine. Oh, you're talking
That's a
about
good
the crackle?
description.
Yeah, that's a good description for the crackle in my voice, right? Um,
It's not in your voice, Joey. It's the mic or something.
yeah, I
Anyway,
know. I know it's the mic. Maybe if I take the boom mic part off, is that better? Is the
okay,
crackle gone? Hmm?
little bit. I can still
Well,
hear it.
as it's got this little thing here, I just
What
took
is
that.
that?
I just
Is
took
that the
that.
thing that?
This goes over the mic.
Oh, how weird. I
Has
don't
that
know. I
made
never
has that
seen that
made it
before.
has that made it any better?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, if it didn't make it any better, I'm gonna put it back on then.
Is that mic? I mean, is that headset wireless?
No, it's not wireless.
Oh, well, maybe you should try unplugging the headset and plugging it back in.
Well, if I do that, you know what'll happen? It'll it'll mess up and I'll have to come out and come back into the stream and all kinds of other things. So
It'll mess up.
it'll mess up.
I don't get it.
Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
No, hold on. Here. Let me stop the camera for a minute there. See, that's good. I'm glad we can test all these things while we're on air, Sonia. That's really cool.
I don't think everybody minds.
Oh, I don't mind. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Is the crackle gone?
No.
Okay, well, I
You
unplugged
know
it.
what? Let's not waste any more time on that. Maybe it'll go away on its own, whatever the problem is. I don't know.
Maybe it'll go away on its own.
Let's keep it moving. Maybe you have some strange entity trying to interfere.
Yeah, maybe the the raid group is messing
You
with
have
me.
it
Anthony,
paranormal
Anthony, what's
experience
up,
over there.
Anthony? Good to see you, brother.
Hi, Anthony.
Glad that you're here, man.
I
Always,
don't,
always good to see Anthony in the chat. Who's excited for the Flash movie? Not me. Are you excited for the Flash movie, Sonia?
I'm a big fan of Flash, but uh, I haven't even seen the previews or anything. I don't
No,
know.
I mean
They
it
have.
looks like it's gonna be. It looks
Is it
like it's
something
gonna be
that they're just
ridiculous.
what was that?
It looks like it's gonna be ridiculous. I'm not excited for it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll just have to
Um,
wait till we get there.
Anthony says I like Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
that's
one.
really good. That's a good one. Uh, Integrity 101. No, I'm not listening to the Rogues Gallery. I've been saying Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is coming for about 80 plus consecutive weeks on every Snyder Cut channel, literally writing it in bold every single week. Yeah, because you're using common sense, Integrity 101. You're listening to the fact that the Snyder Cut has done so well. It's breaking all these records in spite of Warner Brothers trying to hide that fact. And now physical media sales are pre-orders are through the roof in the United States. The discs are the best-selling disc worldwide. People that are diehard fans like myself already imported the Snyder Cut from other countries to have it on Blu-ray because we didn't know when Warner Brothers was going to release it in the U.S. Everybody and their grandmothers buying that box set that's coming out in September. So you're just using common sense, and you're right. You're smart. It's going to happen. We are going to get the Snyderverse once this merger goes through. Discovery is not going to leave money on the table the way these idiot Warner Brothers executives have done in the past. Um, Louis Sosito says, love it. Okay. And Krypton's Core says, hey, y'all. Hey, what's up, Krypton? What's,
Krypton.
what's up,
Hi.
man? Good to see you. And Integrity 101. Oh, okay. Still, you can feel it in the air. We just have to wait till the merger is done. Yes, that's exactly it, Koopy Malik. We wait till the merger's done, and then there'll be some sort of an announcement. What we have to remember is that this Flash movie is going to come out after the merger. So once the merger's out and whatever this Flash movie's done, if this Flash movie turns out to be the hot garbage that a lot of us think it's going to be, Discovery's going to look at that and, the Snyderverse is a shoe-in either way because it's making them money. And when something makes money, it makes sense to continue it. Krypton's Core says no. Getsuka says, Zod's like, I've had it up to here with chat. Oh, no, I'm not mad at the chat. I think you guys are all awesome. I'm just glad you guys are here. Integrity 101, Superman redeemed his gold for any Chris Reeve fan out there. It's far and away the best possible Superman 3 with Reeves. Yes, it is. Superman Redeemed is a wonderful fan edit. And like you said, it does a great job of bridging the gap between the first and second movie, giving us a proper third Superman movie with Reeve. It does a great job. It's wonderful. Uh, Chi-Town Venom, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, ZodWriter and Sonia? Hope you guys are having a
Hey.
good night. Sorry I'm late. Hey, it's good. It's good that you're here. I mean, I know there's a lot of other streams going on tonight, so it's hard to come here and listen to Sonia and I. But you want to see Sonia because Sonia is a beautiful woman and she's on screen wearing a Supergirl shirt for you. So you should all be
This is
excited. You
Superman. This
should
is
all be
Superman.
excited to
Did
see
you not say
Supergirl
Supergirl?
Supergirl live on the stream right now. You should all be excited for that. So, everybody being here, that's amazing. That's great. I'm glad you guys are here. And and yeah, it really does look like you have a crown behind you, like you're a
Um,
queen, like you're a queen. That's awesome, Sonia. It's really great.
I am a queen. No, I'm kidding.
Well, that's awesome. You're not going to get any disagreements here, I'm sure. Okay, so that's awesome. Anthony says Trash Point movie. Yeah, Trash Point. I like to call it Flush Point. To be honest with you, it's good. Going to be good. Something good for the toilet bowl. Louis Saucedo says not even with Batfleck and Keaton. What I've heard about the movie, basically, we watched a clip they're supposedly going to show at DC Fandom, and in one of the clips, Ezra Miller goes on to talk about how there's multiple Batmen in the movie, and Andy Muschietti, the director, actually says that the movie's going to have an alien, an underpowered alien in the movie, with two, followed around by two idiots. And those two idiots are basically Ezra Miller's Flash and Michael Keaton's Batman. So basically, what they're going to do is they're going to dumb down Michael Keaton's Batman and make a mockery of the 1980s Batman, while making a fool of Ezra Miller's Flash. Basically, he's going to be a buffoon like he was in Justice League. So if you really want to look at it, you could take the director's own words that this movie is going to be ridiculous because he said it himself. So that's why I have a lot of trepidation of this movie for this movie. I was initially cautiously optimistic until I saw the clip today from Andy Muschietti himself, and now I'm totally of the belief that this is going to be a comedy on the level of Batman and Robin in Justice League. It's not going to be good. And Katsuka92, favorite sidekick. I don't know. Sonia, who's your favorite sidekick?
I don't have one. You're my favorite sidekick.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. That works for me. That actually works for me. Uh,
Yeah, because I'm about to choke you out.
well, I already know. I know you're going to choke me out. That's
Anyway,
that's what we're waiting for. That's going to be amazing. But again, I need 1,000 subscribers for that to happen. I don't get 1,000 subscribers, I'm not getting choked out. All y'all BDSM fans who want me to get choked out.
he said
Uh,
BDSF fan.
Katsuka92 says, "What you watching, Sonia?"
Oh, you must have saw me peeking over that way. No, I was looking for that Castlevania game that Joey had mentioned when we were discussing Castlevania, and I did find it.
Symphony of the Night or Rondo of Blood?
Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one that's most common.
It's not on Game Pass though, so I have to purchase it. It's only
On
10 bucks.
on Xbox, it's $10.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it'll be definitely be worth it. In fact, we should
I'll
you
download
should
it.
we should stream. We should stream while you're playing it tonight. Get your review. Louis
Tonight?
Saucedo,
Not
did
tonight.
did you watch? Well, wait a minute. We're doing the show again on Monday, so maybe we can do something. I don't know. We'll talk about it over the weekend since we got that
That's
3-day
fine.
weekend.
That's fine.
Louis Saucedo, did you watch Fast Nine? I did. I saw Fast Furious Nine. It was okay. It was pretty goofy in a lot of spots, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. Did you watch Fast Nine, Sonia? No.
No,
Uh,
I
yeah, I'm a
didn't.
little butthurt that for years I've been screaming from the rooftops that Affleck will return, RT Snyder cut will succeed, WB shakeup inevitable, and got laughed at for all of that. Yeah, yeah, integrity again. You're using your brain, you're using common sense, you're using business sense. If something turns stuff green, they continue to make more of it. It's just the way of things in a capitalist society. I don't understand what would make people think. I mean, I understand there's this big ego thing going on at WB right now. But once this merger happens, all those people with the egos and the farted in my dinner grudge against Zack Snyder, all those people will be gone. So it doesn't matter. Those people are all going to be gone, and the new people in charge are not going to care and are going to once again restore the Snyderverse because they want the money that's going to go along with that. And they want to, and to be honest with you, I think the Discovery people really do want to please the fans. And Anthony is saying here, what's up, Anthony Draven? How you doing? Hamada burgers? No thanks. I agree. We don't want any Hamada burgers. Marcus Cruz says that Henry Cavill is greater than Christopher Reeve. I am a big, huge Henry Cavill fan. I love Henry Cavill, but I also love Christopher Reeve because if it wasn't for Christopher Reeve establishing Superman on the big screen, we probably wouldn't have such a great actor playing Superman now in Henry Cavill. So I always give props to the guy that that got us started to where we are now. But I definitely agree with you. Henry Cavill is phenomenal in the role of Superman. What's up, Belle Reeve? It's so good to see you. You are awesome. I love when you pop up in these streams. This is awesome. I don't think you've ever met Sonia. Sonia, have you ever met Belle Reeve? Belle
I
Reeve,
don't think
she is awesome. She does some amazing live streams. She's super cool. I'm so glad you are here. How are you, Zod? I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Belle. It's great that you're here. That's awesome. Yeah, I loved the last stream that you did. Good work. Good work. Always putting out high quality streams. And graphic vandalism, Johnny Alpha says ninja stars are cool. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Do you own any Ninja Stars, Graphic Vandalism? I never bought Ninja Stars. It was funny because when I was in junior high school, I had a teacher who was really into martial arts and like ninja stuff, and he brought a Chinese star into class. It was called a Chinese star back then, and he brought it into class and actually showed it to all the students. He had it in a little case and he took it out and he's like, "This is a Chinese star," and everybody was so fascinated by it, how cool it looked, and the blades on it were like super sharp, and it had like this like really really raw looking copper. It was this really really raw looking copper color, really awesome. Oh no, Luis Sosito. Okay, and here is one of the greatest people that I've ever known online that I have actually. Hold on a minute. Where did you go? I had you here in a minute and a second ago, and you disappeared. That I've ever met online. One of the greatest friends that I know from the internet, Mr. Sil Abdul. Sil, thank you for coming tonight. Yo, Zod, I'm actually free on a night that you're streaming. It is so great that you're watching with us, man. I really want you to meet Sonia. Sonia, I really want you to meet my good friend Sil Abdul. Sil Abdul is like salt of the earth. He's a great guy. He's awesome.
hello.
Like he does.
I've actually sat and watched one of his streams when appeared on it. I think it was last week sometime.
He's amazing.
I don't remember which one. Yeah, I really
He's an
enjoyed it.
amazing dude. He's lots of fun. His streams are awesome. They're always on point. I mean, if there's anybody that I enjoy streaming with, like the most of all the people that I stream with, and I stream with a lot of people. I do a lot of streams. Sil is like right up there because he's
That's
just like
cool.
he's like the best there is. Like he does a lot of great stuff. Like no nonsense. This is the guy right here. Like when I first started streaming on YouTube, it was like I wanted to stream with Sil right away because Sil's one of those great dudes that like we hit it off right away, and we've been good friends ever since. So he's one of the best people.
That's
I'm so
cool.
I'm so glad you're here, Sil. That is so great, man. And Kupi Malik says Integrity 101. That's okay, bro. We just need to have faith. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. People don't have faith in the Snyderverse happening. They don't have faith because the executives in charge right now don't give us any reason to have any faith. And that's what the problem is. You got a bunch of idiots running things at the top who don't care, who hate Snyder and have a grudge against Snyder, hate Snyder's fan base when any other movie studio would literally kill for Snyder's fan base. I mean, come on. We're the most loyal fan base I think I've ever seen when it comes to like a director in a series of movies. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And Marcus Cruz says Supergirl is the only reason I'm watching. Well, there you go, Sonia. You're the only reason Marcus Cruz is watching, and I know you're talking about the Flash movie, but I wanted to give that one to Sonia because Sonia is Supergirl right now. Yeah, and Koopy Malik, Sil Abdul Inc. Hey, bro, you're free to stream yet? All right, and Anthony Draven says, "Good day, Sil. How's things going?" Yeah, everybody's giving Sil props in the chat because Sil is just that guy. Sil is that guy. You want to give props to somebody, you give it to Sil because he's awesome. And Marcus Cruz, Disney needs to buy Sony. Marcus, I think that'll happen eventually too. I'm a believer in all of that. Eventually, all of the big movie studios are all going to be owned. It's going to be like there's going to be like one or two that own everybody. That's what it's going to be eventually. Anthony wants to know our favorite superhero. Mine is Superman, and I thought we answered this last week or on one of our other shows. But my favorite superhero is Superman. What did you say yours was, Sonia? Spider-Man. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Yours is Spider-Man. But you're wearing a Supergirl t-shirt or a Superman t-shirt. You are. Batman. Okay, Batman. But you love Superman too because you're wearing a Superman shirt.
And DC. I like them both.
Yeah, I know. You're a Marvel and DC.
And Iron Man is another one of my favorites, and I just made Cyborg another one.
Yeah, because you just recently saw the Snyder cut. See what happens when you see the Snyder cut? See, everybody made fun of us when we wanted this movie. We got ridiculed for years. We got made fun of. We got trashed. We got told we were chasing vapor. And when the movie finally came out, all these same people that were attacking us actually ended up really enjoying the movie. So I find that kind of ironic.
I loved it. I fell in love with that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
It took me 2 days to watch it, but anywho.
And Integrity 101 kind of backs all this up. He says it gets frustrating being laughed at year after year for being correct. I even wrote a whole rant on Sil Abdul's channel about an inevitable shakeup at WB the day before the merger news was announced. Hence my butthurtness. Yeah, Integrity, I feel you, bro. I feel you, man, because that's what it's about. It's hard. It's hard to have to deal with all that when you're convinced of something and you see it from the business perspective and you see the fact that it's making money, they're going to make more of it. That's just how it goes. You don't stay in business by doing the opposite of what makes money. That's why this merger is so important, because this merger is allowing for Warner Brothers to get a second chance at doing things right. And I don't think this Zaslav guy is going to play games. I think his desire is going to be to build Warner up so that he can turn around and flip the company later. And if you want to flip a company, you want to make it look as attractive and as lucrative as possible. So there you go. And Belle Reeve, thank you very much. I appreciate it. She says subscribe to Zod, and she has the link here where you can subscribe. I would appreciate all of you like this video, and so if you like this content, to like and subscribe. If you want to see me get choked out by Sonia G on this red couch, then you need to like and subscribe, because I need 1,000 subscribers. It's just the way it is. We gotta have those 1,000 subscribers, because that'll mean big things for the channel, and that'll mean some good things for me and Sonia. So let's see. Integrity 101 says I'll STF you about it now. Well, Integrity, I feel you, man, and I feel your pain, and I totally understand, because like I've said before, I totally agree with what you're saying, and and you're exactly right. So Cito Lewis says spoiler, okay, and Anthony says F9 is a 7 out of 10 for me. I would say, Anthony, I'd say it's a 6 out of 10 for me. Um, okay, Lewis says I heard they went to space with a car. They did. Let me just spoil that for everybody.
What's
They
that,
went
Elon Musk?
they went to space and no, in Fast and
Oh,
the
yeah.
Furious 9.
Oh,
They
you
went
talking
to
about?
space in a
Oh,
car. They did. It was Homeboys in Outer Space. That's what it
oh,
was.
wow.
That's what they did. They did like a riff on that old TV show Homeboys in Outer Space, and the car was literally. You know what? Y'all just got to see the movie. It's unbelievable. Colby Malik says Integrity 101. That's okay, bro. Most of us feel the same way. Exactly. Question for Zod and guest: Are you excited for the Flash film?
Did we
Bell,
answer this earlier?
yeah,
We
we
answered
answered
this
this
earlier.
earlier, but I will
Yeah.
respond again. No, I am not excited for the
You
Flash film. I
really?
think I think the Flash film's going to be hot garbage. I don't like the idea of them making Michael Keaton's Batman and Ezra Miller's Flash into a couple of buffoons in order to make Supergirl look good. And that sounds to me exactly like what they're going to do because Andy Muschietti, the director, said it himself in the leaked clip that was released. There was a clip from Fandom that was released, Bell Reeve. I don't know if you've seen this clip, but the clip that was released, the director, Andy Muschietti, actually said it himself. He called, he said, he talked about Supergirl being an underpowered alien, and he referred to Flash and Michael Keaton's Batman as two idiots. So I have absolutely no faith that this movie is going to be anything more than a Justice League induced comedy with a bunch of like James Gunn style humor. And the best way I can describe it to you would be to harken back to, and I said this on Sil Abdul's stream a little earlier today. Um, you watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated movie Turtles Forever, and you watch that, and you see the way that the 1980s version of the Ninja Turtles are treated in that movie, and you'll get a good idea as to how it's probably going to be for Michael Keaton's Batman and Ezra Miller's Flash in this movie. And Supergirl, I get the feeling, is going to be like, you remember the main character in the latest Terminator movie that came out? What was it called? Terminator Dark Fate. You remember the lead female character? I can't even remember her name, but she was the lead character in the Terminator movie. She basically was the one that was running. It was like, I'm not talking about Linda Hamilton. I'm talking about the younger woman who took over, like the younger Terminator person. Um, I think Supergirl's going to kind of be like that, where she's going to almost be like a Mary Sue, where she has all these powers and she does everything better than everybody else, and she's going to constantly be upstanding Flash and Michael Keaton's Batman. And I think we're only going to see Ben Affleck's Batman at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie. I don't think Ben Affleck's Batman is going to really have that much of a substantial role. It's going to be about Supergirl and the two idiots chasing her around the entire movie. That's what it's going to be. I am not optimistic at all. Um, and Ketsuka 92 is quoting the old Christopher Reeve Superman movie tagline: "You'll believe a man can fly." Yes, yes, definitely. And let's see who else is here. We have Andrew Casale. How's it going, man? The best Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire. Changed my mind. I'm not going to try to change your mind because I really do like Tobey Maguire. I like Andrew
I love
Garfield as
Tobey
well,
Maguire.
and I totally cannot stand Tom Holland. So we'll just leave it at that. And Anthony here says Zack Snyder's Justice League trilogy set marked as bestseller on Amazon 3 months before its release. Yes, yes, we talked about that a little bit earlier. The fact that trilogy box set trilogy. It should just be called a triple film set, not the trilogy, because we know Zach wants to do 2 more movies. But the
Right.
fact of the matter is, everybody wants this trilogy box set. So I don't see how. I'm with Integrity 101. There's no way that we don't get Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2 and 3. There's no way we don't get those movies. I'm telling you. If those movies don't happen, something significant would have to happen with WB in order for those movies not to happen. But if this merger goes through the way that we know that it's going to, and the Flash movie comes out after the merger, and it I don't, whether it's successful or it underperforms, I don't think it's going to matter. I think Discovery has already made the decision that they're going to restore the Snyderverse. Integrity
No, yeah,
101.
he still wants in.
Oh, he does. Oh, I can
Yeah,
send.
he said link in.
I can send you a link. Sure. Let me get on there. I'm so sorry, Sil. I'm trying to read all the chat here. I didn't really know. Let me go here and
I
I'll.
just happened to see it though, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a link since you are available. This is awesome. I wanted you to have a chance to meet Sonia, so this is cool. Let me just get. Let me go ahead and get in here. So, because I wasn't even on Twitter during the show. I was trying to keep all the technical stuff going. Let me give you a link here. Yeah. Where are we? Okay, here we go. Let's get Sil Abdul from Sil Abdul Inc. in the chat. Let's get him in the live stream. That would be awesome. This will be the first time we've had a guest on with us, Sonia. This will be cool.
Right.
And Integrity, while we wait for Sil, Integrity 101 says, I love both Cavill and Reeve, but to be honest, the fact is Reeve was asked to do more in his films than Cavill. Reeve had the more difficult acting job, and I don't think it's even close. Gotta agree with you. And with that, we welcome Sil Abdul to Q&A with ZodWriter and Sonia. What's going on, Sil?
Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, first off, I mean, it's an honor, to be here with Zod, because like it would be no Sil Abdul without Zod, So first off, but I heard so much about SweetSonjaG. So I had to see this firsthand. I said, Zod, I was like, one night, I'm gonna be available with Sonya G.
How did you become available today, man? I feel like you've been streaming all day, bro. I feel like you've been streaming all day long.
Well, you know my predicament, right? So that's one thing. I'm in YouTube jail on my main channel, right? But we got a backup channel, so that's how you do. Yeah, and this is Sonya. It's a lot about me. I'm a shady guy. I look nice, but I'm really shady behind the doors, right? But
Yeah.
So they struck my channel, right? And so I got a backup channel, and we did streams on Twitch. But I was like Zod, man, Zod is like I always tell people he's the godfather, one of the pillars of the Snyder Cut fandom. People would not know me if I did not stream with Zod. I call Zod. I say this. I'll say this to sum this up. My introduction. It would not be. I started off with 4 nerds, right? With Zod, and I call 4 nerds now.
4 nerds, okay.
Yeah, I call 4 nerds Zod and 3 nobodies. That's what I call it, because no one knew who he was. Everybody knew who Zod was. And like I found a voice like next to Zod, right? So like when I started my channel, I was like, one of the people I wanted to kind of make sure I reached back to was Zod, right? So we're doing more on my channel. WB's after me, so that's one thing, but it's all good. But Zod's gonna be there along with the ride, so it's all good.
Listen,
it's all good.
And that's why I tell people all the time, so that you're the one, and believe me, man, the feeling is absolutely mutual. I swear to God, and every time I think about it, when I think about the people that I love streaming with most, you're at the top of the list, man. Because
we have a blast, man.
We always have a blast. We have this bond, and you and I tend to look at things the same way. a lot.
Yeah.
And so it sort of helps that we agree.
That's why I know I'll probably like Sweet Sonya G, because you said so much nice stuff about her. I was like, since me and Zai agree so much, I'm sure Sonya's a cool person. Though she wants to choke you out. So I'm partly here because Zai's my brother, right? But like once he crosses 1K views, 1K subscribers, which he should be doing by the end of this year, okay? Zai, you have a real grassroots growth of your channel, right? It's really cool what you're doing. And I think it's going to continue, man. It's real organic, right? So when you do cross 1K, I'm going to let her attempt to choke you out. Then I'm going to break it up. That's my.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Because I think she really, because she really do. She practices with her hands like this. Like,
so I heard so much about it. Before I even met you, I heard so much that you want to choke my brother out. I was like, dang, like, I gotta break it up. You go attempt to choke, and then I'm gonna break it up. I'm not too far. I'm in the Midwest. I'm not too far from Zod, right? All right, good.
Yeah, you're not, and it's great. I'm really at the point
but nice
now.
to meet you. I'm sorry, I was being funny, but
No, you cool.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
You guys,
What were you saying, Joey?
No, I was saying that I think you guys, I think it's great. And anytime I can introduce you to somebody as cool as Sil Abdul Sonia, I mean, honestly, I mean, like I said, like, and I tried telling people this: if there was anybody that that if I had to stop streaming with anybody, the only people I could stream with would be Sil, and then maybe Sonia, and maybe Rhea. That would be it.
Oh yeah, Rhea's the bomb too. Yeah, like this is like the Fantastic Four right there. Like,
I mean, she's another one that really she really brings a lot and always has a lot of hot takes and great things great things to say, and brings a lot of stuff to the show. That's why I say, with the stuff that you and Mikey Sutton are doing now, and the way that all the stuff that you're doing is like you said, you mentioned the word organic. You're exactly right. It's all organic, and it's beautiful to see it all, to see all this flourishing. I never thought, and it was like with me, when you mentioned Four Nerds, and it was like when we all came up with that and decided, okay, we're going to do
early
Four Nerds together.
Early 2020.
Early. Yeah. When we decided we were going to do all that, the whole point of the Four Nerds was you get four people with very unique personalities who are not going to always agree with each other, and you throw like a melting pot, and you just throw these people together, and you see what kind of streams you have. Right. And I will tell you this: for those first initial episodes that all of us were together on, where it was you and me, and
the first 2 months.
Oh my God, it was fantastic. I will say that
YouTube content,
and you also had, and I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, what always made the Four Nerds so interesting was the banter between you and Ryan.
Yeah,
I always felt like that was the highlight of the show. That's what I was there for every week. I wanted to see what you guys, because see, I was the guy that always had like the fiery takes. Because I don't ever hold back. Whenever I think
comes in hot,
whenever I think something is crap, I come right out and say it, and I don't care what anybody thinks. But the highlight for me was always how you and Ryan would just go back and forth. It was so funny. It was hilarious. It was premium content, and you get people to this day, and you've seen it, and we've seen it. I've seen it in my chats. You've seen it in your chats. You get people to this day that say #restore the Four Nerds. I think that is so funny. I think that's hilarious because you've come so far as a content creator. Me, I came from my PSN radio roots, where I was doing the internet radio since 2012, and then I jumped into YouTube because of all you guys being YouTubers.
Right.
I mean, I remember having a conversation with Dawson, and I remember telling him, I'm like, look, I'm going to go ahead and move on from PSN, and I'm going to start doing YouTube just like you guys, because I got to the point where I realized I'm doing all my content with YouTubers anyway. So I might as well.
Well, Zod, you belong on YouTube first off, so that's why I'm glad to see your channel growing and keep going. And like like I said with SweetSonjaG right here, it's like this is you're growing something pretty cool here. What we did last year, it was almost like a launching pad, right, Zod? Like I almost in the back of my mind, I didn't see it as forever when we started For Nerds for some reason. That's just me personally, right? And then as we saw in the first couple of months, I kind of saw what I wanted to do personally and saw what the group was doing. And so that's why, I was like the David Ruffin of the For Nerds, Sonya, if you saw that movie, The Temptation. Okay. So I'm like, I was like, let me kind of do my own thing because I don't know what the group is doing, right? But at the end of the day, I was like, as long as Zod is there, that's the core of what they're doing, right? And so Zod doing his own thing too. So it's like, hey, build this what you're doing, and it's all good, So we keep it growing.
Right, with everybody doing the content they're doing, putting out the content they're doing. The For Nerds, what they're doing now, they seem to be happy with the direction they're taking things and things are going. So that's good. They seem content as a group. That's cool. Yeah, they do their thing. It's like a friendship thing. There's no real disagreements going on.
No one's choking no one out.
Right, no one's choking no one out like they are on here. It is. That's all it is. But the thing is, and what I love about this still is that you and I have maintained our good friendship throughout this entire thing.
No doubt.
You and I never lost touch. We never stopped, seeing eye to eye. We never stopped being friends, and it shows in the fact that we have a lot of chemistry when we.
Oh no! It's like when I started building my platform, right, and like you said, this was like when you talk about organic. I started working with Mikey last year. Right, like once I started kind of branching away from For Nerds, I hooked up with Mikey's team, and we started doing. And Sonya, if you know Mikey Sutton, he's a scooper. He talks about Marvel, DC, Star Wars.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He throws stuff out there, right? And so he saw my early videos. He said, "Yo, I need a personality to kind of put on my stuff, right?" And so he reached out to me. His team did, and so I branched out to that. And kind of started doing my own thing. And so since I was doing that, it was a slow process, right, Zai? Because like no one knew what is Sil up to. This new guy, like what's going on, right? And I had a vision because I kind of did my research too. But from that point, Zai was one of the main people I reached out back to because I would not have had a platform or a presence in YouTube. Because in the Snyder Cut fandom, people know ZodWriter. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta respect though, and I say ZodWriter, and there's like Mr. West Ashley and people who's been a part of the Fiona, been part of the fandom from day one. You see what I'm saying? So that was my angle to get into content creation was the Snyder Cut fandom. So I have a much respect to Zod, man.
Well, what I love is that Mikey Sutton has like catapulted that vision that you had into the stratosphere because you can see where all this is going now. I mean, my God, he put you in a comic book for Christ's sake.
Oh my God!
I'm looking at what you've managed to do with in this short amount of time with Mikey Sutton. And honestly, that takes ability, that takes a vision, that takes drive. And that's something that you don't just get by staying stagnant and not trying new things and not taking risks. Because you took risks. You tried to do the scooper thing earlier on and it didn't work out all that well for you. And then you evolved and hooked up with the right people. And now it's just organically become a part of what you normally do. It's beautiful.
So Zai, you remember, right? When I branched off from For Nerds and the former site that I dealt with, right? We did a show on your PSN radio. right?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that? And that's when I first started linking up with Mikey, like a month or two afterwards, right? And I was like, Zod, I got like foresight. Like I have that entrepreneur foresight. I see something what we're doing here, right? And then after like months after that, I think at that time when we did that interview, Zod, I had like 100 subscribers.
I know, yeah, and I kept asking you, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, because for me, I was like that guy that when you left the Four Nerds, I was that guy that felt like he lost his best friend. That's why when I had
that was
you,
real. That was real.
that's why when I had you on that show, that day. That was real to me, because I felt that. I was like, and even they acknowledged it. Even they were like, well,
He was like, "What's going on, Sil?" Right.
They're like, even they acknowledged it. They were like, we know you, and we know you miss Sil. I remember having the conversation with Ryan, and Ryan being like, well, we know you miss Sil, and because they knew
Right.
they knew how close me and you were, and they knew that at some point you and I were going to only get closer. So if you ended up leaving the Four Nerds, and then shortly after, when I left the Four Nerds, it became clear that whatever direction they were taking the show,
it was something different.
It was a deviation from what it was supposed to be originally. And like I said, it's not a problem. It's not a bad thing.
No,
it's just the way.
Yeah.
It's just the way. It's just the way everything. It's just the way everything shook out. Like I don't really care that, because it's like, it's like you can still be friends with people. You can still stream with people.
Yeah.
It's like we always say, it's okay to disagree with people, but you don't have to hate people.
That was
just because people decided to go a different way. And that's kind of the whole premise. Like, you went a different way, I went a different way, and it all coalesced. And now we're pretty much, we're streaming together all the time.
And that's
you're doing your thing with Mikey,
And that's what I saw. Like I said, months, like late 2020, I was like, Zod, I have so much forethought with this, because I see the direction of his website and what he was trying to do. And he wanted me to kind of put me as a spokesman of what they're doing, right? So I was like, this is an opportunity that I'm not getting from the current people that I knew at that time, right?
Right.
And I approached those current people in that site that I work with, and they had different plans. So I was like, well, okay, I'm trying to branch out. I'm not a follower. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, I want to kind of do my own thing. And if someone sees my forethought, I'm going to roll with them, right? And so since then, like I said, I was 100 subscribers when I did your channel. Now I'm at 1.6K subscribers, right? And then we got a second channel growing, and then we just monetized Twitch. So I was like, the forethought that I saw, I was like, that was real, and I needed someone to kind of back that. And people that I knew at that time, they wasn't backing that. You see, so that's why I branched out. So like, if people are confused, I see Trey in the chat. He's like, I didn't know you was part of the Four Nerds. That was like the golden age. When me and Zod was in the Four Nerds, that was like, bruh, it was nuts. Those first 2 months that we did that was some of the best shows I was a part of.
The best shows we could ever streamed, because everybody was gelling, and the show was essentially what we had envisioned it to be from the beginning. Which is what I always say. Once a show loses the original creative vision, it's like you get a show where, the first couple of years the show is, got the creator of the show running the show, and the show is
like
going
the Flash
great.
Series.
And then somebody
series.
Right, and then somebody else basically takes over the creative vision, and everything changes. And like I said, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's no shade against what they're doing right now.
But it's just one of those things that when you have a change in showrunner, you have a change in ideas, you have a change in ideology, it really does affect the overall product. And like I said,
see what Neon says. You see what he says in the chat, Neon. That was like the pinnacle of Four Nerds right there. I disagree. that was like, pristine what we was doing from day one. You see what I'm saying?
Those I disagree drops. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
it wasn't about me. I don't want to make it like it was about me.
That was the show. That was the show.
Yeah.
Because the philosophy of the four nerds was it's okay to disagree and still be
And that was
friends.
Zod's idea from day one. That's what people got to realize.
That was my whole point when I said let's get together, because let's be completely honest. Everybody in that group had a hand in creating the four nerds.
Yes,
Ryan came up with the name Four Nerds. I came up with the concept of it's okay to disagree, that we'll all disagree. I believe it was Dawson who came up with the whole with using your face as an I disagree meme. And
right,
basically,
he did,
and then Dawson was kind of the de facto host.
I thought he was the
Four
best
Nerds.
host, right? So I'm gonna tell you this right here, like, and people could take it how they want. This is my words, right, Zod? But I feel I started branching off from the Four Nerds when Dawson didn't really want to take that host role every show, right? Because he was like, "Oh, I'll let Ryan host it. I'll let someone else host it." I was like, "Dawson, you're the strongest host."
And I wasn't hosting because at that time I didn't have a YouTube channel. Remember?
And that was cool.
And that was the thing. I wasn't. Yeah.
But and I'll say this, right? I'll say this, I love like your PC insert and what Dawson does as well. I was like, I'd rather Zod be the person that has the fiery takes instead of hosting, instead of worrying about hosting everyone.
Right.
I'd rather Dawson be the one who's like this sports radio background, whatever he background.
He was perfect for that because he's got the voice. He's got that voice that just brings you in the beginning. I knew exactly what you were talking about because everybody had a role. Everybody role. I had the heat
when Zod does it with the heat. That sets off every show.
Ryan was the comic relief with the banter with you, and Dawson was like the host. Was that strong voice to lead everybody in.
Dawson. I was like, dude, you got to host every show.
Right.
Like, we all have our place in this, right? And it kind of got a little mixed up, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, let me kind of do my own thing, but I got reaching back out to Zod. Like, whatever I do, Zod is the man. So that's kind of what I did. But just imagine people people see us now doing content.
Yeah,
a show with me and Zod every week. That was nuts, right? That was like pristine content every week, and we should have got Sonya at that time. That would have been
that would have been awesome. Like I said, we got people that we got ways to do things now though, and like you said, you and I we're gonna work things out, and we're gonna have more stuff going on together in the future.
Yeah.
And you've got all that stuff going on with Mikey now that has got you busy from what Monday to Saturday. I mean, dude.
Tuesday to Saturday, me and Mikey agreed to do. But hey, Mikey Sutton, he's trying to do like a weekly, like every week, like weekly streams every day, and it's exciting. Though it's exciting because he has connections with Warner Bros., with Marvel, with people in Disney and things like that, and it's fun just to geek out, right? So you're like that's literally what we're doing. We're geek sites. We're having fun with sci-fi and whatever is going on, superheroes, whatever. So when I got the opportunity, and it is some lucrative ties to it too. I mean, obviously, so that's why I'm agreeing to it, right? So it's like, let's go full on. I'm all in with it, right?
Right.
I didn't see that originally, with what we was doing with the Four Nerds, right? So it's like you got to branch out and do what you got to do, from that point. But there's no shade, I said with the crew, what they're doing now. I'm still cool with Anthony, ACS. I have no problems with, what he's doing with what he's doing, World Finest with the Wonder Man. It's like, do your thing.
He does. They all do, yeah. And that's the thing. They all have they all have content that's independent of that, which is good too. It's just like you have all these different things you branch out, and I have different things that I do too, and that's what it is. Everybody has content that they do independent of their main, whatever their main vehicle is, and that's
we was
cool.
all together though. Like that was, man. If
That's why when I see hashtag restore the four nerds, I chuckle a little bit because I think that's funny, because I know that we're not the only ones who felt that way, who thought that it was the best time.
It would have been nuts. Like if we all stuck together, like if we all worked together, I would say, and kind of understand our places from the beginning, right? It's no way of it's so much foresight with it, or what we say, foresight or past hindsight. Yeah, hindsight. It's late for me right now. Hindsight. You look back and say, okay, what we should have done, but like, man, we had like some heavy hitters in one stream every week, and that would have been nuts if we stuck with it. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know what, where you go, and the idea was because we had such unique personalities on that show when we started, you could have built that up to be a thing where you really didn't need guests. You just needed the four of us talking about stuff. And
even this, Zod. I'm sorry, Zod, but like even this, like once me and you was ready to launch our channels, that's when the four nerds would have blew up like crazy. You see what I'm saying? Like when I launched my channel, you waited the longest. Zod waited so long to launch his channel. I was like, Zod, we was telling Zod
because at that time I didn't know if I wanted to. That's the thing I had to decide. I had to decide whether I wanted to do PSN or if I wanted to do YouTube. I realized that I couldn't serve two masters. You have to either do it one way or the other. And
that you weren't really going anywhere with PSN.
That's true. I've been doing it since 2012. Sonya said it. Hey,
Sonya said I ain't gonna
I wasn't challenging that one. When she said that, I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna wait till she choke you out. Like that's the only time I'll jump in. I won't jump in now until she chokes you out.
No, but I mean, you make a valid point, Sonya. I mean, at that point, you're doing it for so many years, and it's not really, everybody knew me, and they knew I had, and they knew that was my platform. But at the same time, it wasn't as big of a platform as YouTube had potential to be, where you could.
And I'll say this, right?
Off of that.
I'll say this just for this group here, right? Even Mikey Sutton realized like the group he was dealing with, and I won't talk about the platforms he was dealing with before this point, but he saw it was more lucrative to attach to my platform, Slapdo Inc. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta progress. You gotta just realize like, okay, what's working, what's not. And so it's like with him having ties in the industry, he saw a YouTuber, a fledgling YouTuber, right? Who's laughing every stream, and he decided to attach to me. So it's like you gotta go with what works, right? And then what's not working, you gotta leave behind.
Exactly.
So that's really
what it is.
That's really the only way you grow as a person, as a content creator. You grow by continuing to do what works or what you think is going to also continue to contribute to that growth. Otherwise, you don't want to stay somewhere where you're stagnant and you're not achieving anything.
And your channel's been growing. Zod waited so long. It's like I wish Zod did this like 12 months ago.
Right, I'm with
you. His channel, right?
I kind of wish to, because I'd probably be where that
that's
is.
When I started my
I'd probably
channel.
be at 1,000 subscribers. It's like. Right.
I started it was more after DC Fandoms. It was like August when I started my channel. But I was like, Zod, like I want you, like, I want Zod to realize this. Like, four nerds would not be a thing. When we did that first episode with Mighty Pegasus, right? The artist.
Mighty Pegasus, yeah.
That he won the art the thing with Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like that was literally like four nerds like episode 0. And like Zod was there. We had Bonnie Pegas, the artist. He was on set with Zack Snyder for the additional photography. He won the sweepstakes. And so it's like, I was like, dude, no one was watching our stream because of the other three nobodies. Or, just watching because of the artist that won the art and ZodWriter. Because he was part of the Snyder fandom from day one. You see? So that's why I was like, you got to do your own thing. Like the whole time I was like, dang, like, because I was like, I may start my channel, but I was like, Zod, you got to do your channel too, right? But I ended up starting my channel, and you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. But and your channel's been growing too. Once you decide to start it, now it
organically grows up. And I was saying, and that's what I was saying. I'm like, man, I bring Sonya on here. Everybody loves Sonya, so it's like we got something else like Supergirl, and she. I mean, it's really awesome. Like I keep telling her,
5 shows. How many shows is this? Our
this is episode 4. This is episode 4.
So you're just starting. Okay, this is the great format, right?
A couple of weeks ago.
Cool. Great format. What y'all doing? Like I said, Zod knows. Usually I'm busy when he streams late like this. And once I saw y'all pop up, I was like, he's talking about this SweetSonjaG. Oh, let me jump on here and see if she's trying to show.
Yeah, because I told you one of these days you're gonna meet SweetSonjaG. You're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wait, what?
Awesome.
we talk about you.
I talk about you to Sil. I talk about you to Sil all the time. I tell Sil that you're awesome, and that I told him the last time I talked to Sil off air. I told him, yeah, you're gonna meet SweetSonjaG one of these days, because if there's anybody.
I was like, nah. Once he told me the last time he told me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna meet SonjaG. I'm going to make sure.
And Copy Malik says, SweetSonjaG, my favorite Supergirl. You see? There you go.
Thank you.
Cool peeps.
There you go.
I know we're going down memory lane. I know we're taking everybody back, but go ahead.
No, I just have a question for you, Sil.
What's up?
How is it that you can have 5-hour streams?
Bruh.
This dude. I mean, I really enjoy your streams because I pop in.
I appreciate
I don't catch you live. I only caught you live once. I think it was last week. Zod was on because Zod told me I'm getting ready to hop on the stream, and I'm like, "What's the stream?" And that's when I first heard about you. And then I tuned in, but I went ahead and subscribed to your channel.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, like today I popped in there. I'm like, dang, 5 hours and 30 minutes. I'm like, what's up with that?
The longest streams normally, likely Zod was there, right?
When of course. When you go that long, I'm usually there with you.
If I go past 2 hours, Zod's probably on the panel, right? So that's one thing. But no, it's about the panel. I reached out because of Zod. I got a chance to meet so many people on social media in the community, and I try to use my platform as like a sounding board, right? And so those longer streams is like when I get like 4 or 5 people on there, and I like to just let people sit there and talk, right? Let's, what I'm saying, get your word out, and I'll throw some questions out there, and those end up being some of my best streams. When I got like 4 or 5 people, right? When it's just myself, I'll probably do like an hour and 30 minutes, and then we throw it out there. But my favorite streams are when I get Zod and, like I said, Mr. West Ashley and Laura Koj and just people in the fandom of the Snyder Cut fandom. And
we had some controversy when you had that Watchmen stream that we did. Boy, that stream was something else, was it not? I mean, that created waves. Yeah. People were talking about that for weeks.
I was wondering how that would translate, right? Because people, they get so caught up in Sonya. I think you can realize. I don't know if are you on Twitter, Sonya?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're hiding on Twitter. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing more. But the thing is, with on Twitter, it's like it's this whole fear of people gonna unfollow you and not, and like when I did the Watchmen stream, which means there's a certain group of the fandom that the other side doesn't like. As general as possible, right?
Right. We all march to the beat of a different drum. For real.
right.
Let's just put it that way.
This other side, I had them on the stream, and that pissed off the other side of the fandom. And some of the other side, like, unfollowed me or whatever. It's like, whatever. Like, I don't,
That's so childish.
I don't worry about Twitter. At this point, it's like on YouTube, when you're doing content creation, you actually don't care about Twitter.
Right. You realize just how insignificant Twitter really is, especially when you have a core group of people who support you and they're going to have your back no matter what.
Right.
That's what I've learned. I've learned that there's certain people that you meet and you bond with, and you're going to always have their back. Just like that's the way I look at Sil. Like, Sil, I know will always have my back. I'm always going to have Sil's back. It's the same thing with you, Sonia. That's how it is. People, when you learn that you got people that you can trust that are always going to have your back, you don't really care if you lose a handful of Twitter. You lose people on Twitter, like left and right. People unfollow you on Twitter for anything. Like you don't even know. Like I've had people, and I love the fact that you can actually look and see who unfollowed you. And the funny part about it is when you actually make the effort to unfollow, to look at these people, it's like you'll be amazed at some of these accounts. You'll be like, you'll look at it and you'll be like, what was this person following me for in the first place? Like you'll see I saw one dude, he had a picture of a chicken, and the top of his thing said Campbell's soup or something, and I'm like, was this dude even doing following me? He unfollowed me, and I'm like, better. I don't know.
I do one better. Is that someone followed me, and then within 2 days they blocked me. So I'm like, why did you follow me to start with to block me?
That's
a little,
that's crazy
and childish,
too.
Right?
That's crazy too. Like, I've never understood that. Like you block if you block me. If you block me, it means you care. It means you care enough about me to block me. That means you care. That means you're invested in me in some way.
Exactly.
You hate me to the point where you have to actually make a conscious effort to block me, and I've never had a conversation with you. That to me is bizarre. People are weird on Twitter. That's why I don't take any stock in it either. I used to be like that, where I would be checking that thing, and then I got to the point where it's like, I don't care who unfollows me. Big deal. You know the ones I like. You know the ones I like to see though. The ones I like to see are the ones that unfollow me, that are people that I'm actually following. That's when I think it's funny. Like if somebody unfollows me and it's like, dude, I've been following you for years. Why did you unfollow me? Because then that's what I'll do. I'll send them a DM. I'll be like, hey, dude, what's up? Why the unfollow? What did I do?
I wouldn't even DM him. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Dude, I'm not
y'all mad that I had.
I'm not your friend anymore. You're butt hurt because we love to hang out with Mr. West Ashley, and we love Will because we believe Will, but we don't believe these people over here.
That's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. It comes down to this. It comes down to this. When you speak of somebody specifically, like Will Rollins, he got such a bad rap for no reason. And
did you see my stream?
He did so much. We were all on there together, remember?
Yeah, you was on there, right? I don't know if Sonya was there.
Sonya, I don't know if you watched
it. I think that was a
5-hour stream, yeah.
That was part of the one.
And he was.
I only had one 5-hour one.
And Will was.
Okay, well, that's the one.
That's part of the one. Yeah.
That God invited me to.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Because he had hopped on kind of late, I think.
Yeah. We should have got you on the panel that time. Like, Zai, you should have told me Sonya was chilling in the chat, roaming without commenting.
What up, Dawson? Good to see you, man. See, and this is another one, man. This was another pillar of the four nerds, Dawson.
Not to put you on blast, Sonya.
Dawson, man, another a pillar of the four nerds. Dawson was cool.
That was the beginning of it.
That was the beginning of it. Like I said, if it wasn't for Dawson and his, and his that great voice that Dawson has, that brought that I love it. I love it.
I just said like 20 minutes ago. I said I thought he should have been the permanent host.
The permanent host,
right?
because he was
That's up to them. What they want to decide to do with the Fortnite like that, that's great. They have an audience for that, and like you know what I'm saying, do your thing, right? But I only could talk about my experience when I was with the Four Nerds, and you know,
exactly
that is what
exactly.
It is. Right.
It was, and like I told you, and like I've said
Fun
before,
times though.
It was a beautiful and wonderful time,
Oh, yeah.
and I will always cherish it personally. I think it was great. Those episodes that we all did together, we went exactly.
Yeah.
And we and it's so nice to think about how great it was. And you know, there have been times where I've woken up in the middle of the night where I've had dreams that we were doing Four Nerds panels, and that I disagree meme pops up. Dude, I've literally dreamt about it in my sleep. So that shows you how deep in my psyche the Four Nerds was during that time.
It was that deep though, because it was like, dude. I mean, this is like, so Sonya, let's take you back to the beginning of 2020, right? Mm-hmm. This is right when everything shut down, and then that's when we started the Four Nerds. When I couldn't go to work because my job was shut down.
Everybody's job was shut down, right? Yep.
So it's like all we could do was like, okay, what we're gonna do next, right? I decided to stream, so I started streaming with Dawson. Then he was connected with Zod, he was connected with Ryan, and that was the Four Nerds. Boom, Four Nerds. So it was all about timing and opportunity. That's how it started.
Yeah, and the way it started was so amazing because it was just this organic thing. Like it just came out of nowhere. The way it all connected and it became this like entity that everybody was looking forward to week in and week out. It was like it felt like still for me personally, it felt like we were on a run of like a hit TV show. We were just from week to week. We were just that's what it felt like, and there was this certain level of like elation that you got from it, and every week it was exciting, from that intro that Dawson came up with to the whole thing where the music would kick in and we'd have an episode, and every week we'd have a unique guest, and it would be marvelous. And that's why I say people who have never experienced that type of thing, I hope everybody who streams on YouTube gets an opportunity to be involved in some Four Nerds type of thing. Because you need that, you need to experience a bond like that. You need to experience a level of friendship and responsibility, and a level of symmetry. At least for a limited time, you have to experience something like that. And once you do that, it will propel you and make it easy for you moving forward when you start to do your own things and you start to branch out and you start to see, because something like that may not last forever, but at the end of the day, it's an experience you're always going to cherish and be happy that did.
That's just life, right? It's like things, change and evolve, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's no shade against what they're doing now, because they're doing it. It's still like what you said right there, Zai, about that elation every week. They're still doing it. They still have their show every week, and it's like, cool, like do your thing, and hopefully that next group can experience what we experienced.
I hope so. I want everybody, like I said, I want everybody to experience that in their life, because to me, you could ask anybody who I was around at the time, and they will tell you I was the happiest I'd ever been at that time, because when you're with a group of people and you're just gelling like that, and you guys are all on the same page, but you're disagreeing about like funny and good stuff. Like you and Ryan would disagree about some of the strangest stuff, and it would be amazing. See, so this is a secret, right?
anything Ryan said, I was going to disagree automatically. So that was my approach every week. I was like, whatever Ryan says, I'm going to disagree. Because I'm a big fan of, I'm a big sports fan, right? So I watch ESPN. So like First Take or like Fox Sports, Skip and Shannon, you got to pick a side, right? So my approach was like, anything Ryan says, I'm going to have a counter argument.
Yeah.
On the spot, right?
That was perfect. That helped. And I was so, like I told you, I look forward to that more than anything every week. I was like, because Ryan was funny as hell too when the two of you guys were bouncing off of each other. And then, and then remember when Dawson came up with that bad take Ryan thing. And that was being used in conjunction with the meme of you disagreeing. I literally, to me, those were some fun times. And like I said,
shout out to Jeffrey,
shout out to the
Watchtower.
Watchtower. Okay,
that's when I said disagree. That was the first person I said I disagree because it was Jeffrey in the chat. If you remember, that was the second episode.
Yeah. Because you were in. Because I remember you were in a mood that day, and you were like, anything Jeffrey says, I'm gonna disagree with Jeffrey.
I was on one, Sonya. I was on one that day, right? I was like, I didn't want to put up with no BS from anyone that day, and somebody in the chat. He was upset. And Jeff, to this day, I'm cool with Jeff. Like, I talk to him on Twitter every day.
Oh, yeah. Jeffrey is cool as hell.
But that day, though, I was like, Jeff, STFU, right? But it's all good, though. We're good now. And so that's why I did the disagree. I said, I disagree. And that became a meme. It became a meme, like, for the show. And like, it was fun.
Cool.
It was so perfect. Was fun, and Dawson put that BVS music. And had the picture shaking, and then your eyes were red.
And I told him, I was like, make it shake. That's the only input I had. I was like, if you don't put me like that, because I have no problem being part of the joke, right? Like that's like even with my show now, it's like I don't mind being part of the joke, but I want to have some input on this, right?
Oh,
so I was like, hey, make it shake a little bit, right? And so that's what he did. So.
It was beautiful because again, you can't, and you can't put the price on those types of experiences because those are the kinds of experiences that just work out. And when they work, and you can't. That's why I say when you look at the chemistry and you look at the way that core group was of me, you, Ryan, and Dawson, I don't think that it's never the same when you start changing things. It's like when soda companies start changing their formula. It's never
the new formula.
It's never quite. Right. The new Coke, right? You're never gonna have Coke too. Tab. You're never gonna have that
Coke
same
too, Sonya?
Coke too.
What area you're in?
What was that?
The Coke 2 formula. You remember that? Or what area are you in the
She's
in
in Arizona.
Arizona, okay. You probably didn't get the Coke 2. I was in the middle. So in Chicago, we had the Coke 2 in like 92. And everyone's like, no, I hate it. Coke
2 was as bad. Coke 2 was as bad. Coke 2 was as bad as Crystal Pepsi. Let's just put it that way. Remember Crystal Pepsi?
Yes. Hey, Saturday Night Live had a great skit with that. I don't know if you remember that, Zod. It was it goes way back. Like me and you were around the same age, so it was so early for both of us. But Crystal Pepsi, no.
Yeah, no. It's just a big no. It's just a big no. All at the time, it's like it really was bad. Crystal Pepsi was like cocaine. The one from cocaine to the new.
I was supposed to give them my channel, right? And like when they strike my channel, I was like, we gotta get you another show. Like we're gonna get you. Give me like 2 weeks. This is a cool guy right here. We're gonna get you on my channel in a couple weeks. Yeah,
cool.
Cool guy.
Cool. I mean, we and
I'm in jail right now, right?
That's the other thing, man. That's the other thing. We're making. We're you're always making moves, organically connecting to people. It's a beautiful thing.
That's what it's been all about from the beginning.
Yes,
I was like,
beautiful.
you know, like even when I got to the whole scooping thing, like that
Yeah, that was
upsets
new.
people.
That was new because that didn't happen. See, that didn't happen until you were already. That was like almost like that was like what was that like immediately after the Four Nerds, or was that
right
like
after?
that was like
I-
right after?
Because the Four
'Cause, like,
Nerds first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then sort
I
of
met up with the Culture Nerd,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then with
I
the Culture
mean,
Nerds, like they do their thing, they're scooping it. It is what it is, right? And then from that point, I was like, let me find my place in this space now, right? It's like you keep evolving. You see what I'm saying? And
it's
so that's why
beautiful.
I say that's why I highlighted your show, Zod, because when I did your PSN show, I laid out exactly what happened to me this past year.
Yeah.
I was like, I have so much foresight in what I'm doing. And I was like, okay, if this is working, cool. If it's not working, I'm gonna go a different direction. And that's literally the path I took.
It is. And like I said, everything that everybody has done has worked out for them. And I think that's wonderful. Like the guys over at the Four Nerds, they're being successful at what they're doing. That's their thing. It's working out well for them. We're doing great with the stuff that we're doing. You are in the stratosphere with the stuff you're doing with Mikey. I mean, I feel like everything worked out the way it needed to, organically, eventually. And it's because it's like natural for people to drift apart. It's natural for people to want to go their own way and do their own thing. And it just happens. It's like you said, it's life. It's the normal. It's the normal circle. It's the normal process that we go through as human beings living in this society. So I feel like, everything that happens for a reason and happens organically, and it's beautiful to see. But like I said, I always look back upon our time together, the Legacy Nerds, Four Nerds as a group.
I like how you said that. Yeah,
as the greatest time ever during this pandemic, because like you said, this was at the beginning of the pandemic. We didn't have nothing to do. We were all out of work at the time, and it was just one of those things where you come together, you bring a group together, and if you see chemistry, you try to build from that, and you harness it, and you take it as far as you can. And I feel, all things considered, I feel like all the episodes we did together were some of the best hours of streaming that anybody could have asked for. And that's why I say I'll forever be. That's why I say I'll forever be grateful for that, because I think it was wonderful.
It was fun stuff, and it's like, if you realize, like since that point, like a lot of channels started, during the pandemic, and the fact, that we're surviving even after things are opening back up, like that's a sign of accomplishment as well. Like your channel has grown since things has opened up. Like that's a good thing.
Yes,
what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like it's about progress now. Like you've kind of survived. Like thousands of channels, hundreds of thousands probably started their channel in the pandemic, and like you're surviving, I'm surviving. Like so, Four Nerds are surviving. So that's cool. That's good things. And Sonya too.
and look at Sonya. What do you have to say about this? Because we got somebody in here saying hashtag Integrity 101 is saying hashtag include Sonya. So Sonya, what's up? What's your take on all this? No, we're not neglecting. We're not neglecting the chat. But what's your thought on it though? What do you think?
On what, YouTube?
Well, just overall of what we're saying here overall.
I think it's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I see how once Sil came in the chat, I'm like, they just going at it. I'm like, no, I like the chemistry.
We chilling, Sonya. You chilling with us. Y'all it's all good.
Y'all good.
It's all good. No, you good.
So 187 asked this great question. So why don't y'all make a new show the way y'all want?
We already did.
Pretty much.
So Abdul Inc. Zod will be there every other week. We're gonna work on because Zod, like you saw today, Mikey is all in, right, on my channel, right? So we talked about some different things we're gonna do with the channel. So I need to figure out. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put my coffee talk at this point because Mikey is so on board with pushing out his stories on my channel. I gotta kind of saying when I'll say it like this, okay, in the most direct way. Like if someone's like, if it's like a lucrative option, you're gonna put that first, right, Zod? You see what I'm saying? You're gonna put the money first. You gotta follow the money with that, and then you gotta kind of fit in where you fit in after that. So that's where where I'm gonna do my streams is like we'll fit around the business side of it, and then I'll do my fun stuff. Though the business is fun. We're gonna fit in other streams along with that, and then obviously Zai will be there. Rhea, we get Sonya in there too. We get a Fantastic Four.
That would actually be a good segment to do with Mikey. You could actually we could actually set that up where it would be Mikey Sutton in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
and you could have a segment where it's me, you, Rhea, and Sonya. And you could have, and it would be great because you'd have two female perspectives.
Oh, people will love
You'd have us, and you have Mikey. I think that would be a great.
Sonya, do you have your own channel?
I do, but it's not being utilized.
Yeah, she's not using it her channel.
So
right
you need to utilize it first. I don't know you like that. I'm just saying that off the cuff, right? But. Utilize your channel, and then and then when you come on the Fantastic Four, as I just anointed you to do that, it's all about scheduling, right, Zod? It's all about because I know Rhea has a different schedule sometimes, and I don't know Sonya's schedule, so it's really about y'all are my go-to people, right? Zod is my go-to person.
Oh yeah, man! I got your back anytime. You already know, man. That's how it works.
But today, if you realize, like today, I was in Twitter jail, right? So I was like, man, I got to reach out to someone. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I want to do a whole stream on myself, right? So I reach out to Zod first every time. You see what I'm saying? I had Prime there as well, and Prime is like a wild card, But it's like, and Abu Naz, he's another wild card. So it's like. It's all about everybody's schedule, so we'll talk about that probably behind the scenes. On
and we got the Bat Channel asking a question here. He says, "Hey Zod, question for you all: what's the most valuable lesson you learned and best advice you can give to YouTubers?" That is deep.
I'm gonna get a drink as y'all do this. I'll come back and talk about it.
I actually think Sill's the most qualified one to answer that because his channel blew up on a level that is amazing and beautiful all at the same time. As far as me, I still consider my channel to be rather tiny, and I'm building it up and again trying to do it organically. And the one thing that I love about the whole process, Bad Channel, is just again the connections that we make as people. So one of the best bits of advice I could give is keep connecting with people, because you never know. Don't ever be closed-minded when it comes to meeting new people and organically building those tree connections, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know when you're going to find a person that you just gel with, that you just love streaming with. Like I love streaming with Sonya. I love streaming with Sill. I love streaming with Dawson. I love streaming with those guys. I love streaming with all the people. Rhea, all the people that I stream with, I love streaming with those people. And when you make those connections, you gotta hang on to those connections, because it's only gonna grow and gonna get bigger. Like look at Sill. Sill's gotten to the point where his channel blew up so hugely that it's to the point where it can only, and the thing is, he's already gone through the ceiling, and it's only going to go higher from there. It's not going to go down. Why? Because Sill had a plan, had a blueprint, and he stuck to it. And now this is the result. This is what you're seeing. I mean, he doesn't even have the time to really map out another show. He just explained it so eloquently right now. I got to follow the money, and we build around that. That's the most logical. That's the most logical direction that you can take anything. And I'm sure that once I'm at a point where my channel is monetized or whatever, then I can pretty much say the same thing. Well, yeah, you got to follow the money and you got to do this, that, but those connections are invaluable. When you make those connections and you make those friendships, you hold on to those. That's why I say Sill's my number one guy. I wouldn't even want to. I look at Sill and I'm so happy and so excited to see where he's gone and to see the direction he decided to take his stuff. And I love where I'm going, and I love that the stuff that I do affords me the opportunity to continue to work with people that I love streaming with. So that's what it's all about, Bat Channel, doing these things with people that you like doing them with, and these people that have your back.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right? And the Bat Channel, Trey, I call him Trey.
Yes, he's awesome. He's a good dude too. Honestly, Trey, you're a good dude, man.
Dude. Real cool dude, right? He's been on some of our streams. Like when I had you, Zod, I had Trey on there as well, right? And that was some of the advice I gave him. I was like, dude, like you gotta know, like if it's working, cool, but you gotta realize when it's not working for you, personally.
Exactly.
That's what you gotta realize. Like, do what's natural to you. Like if that's a joke that you not naturally do, then do it. If you naturally corny, I do corny shit on my show all the time, right? And it's like it is what it is, And but my audience resonates with that, right? So just do what works. And if it's not working for you, if you don't feel it, then you gotta do what you feel because you want your channel to grow with what you feel. Because it's funny, like when my channel grows, when you say my channel blowed up, it's an understatement, right? Because it literally was like a couple streams, like my channel just and like YouTube thought I had bots.
I know.
That's how fast my channel. That's how fast my channel grew. They was like, oh, like is this like real people? And they had to like actually check, Sonja, if the people subscribing to my channel was real people. And, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, before they monetized me. So I was like, oh, cool. Like I ain't about no scams out here. Like if y'all feel it, y'all feel it. If not, it's like, okay, I'm gonna stop doing this shit if y'all ain't feeling it, So it's like it was real people and like they monetized me and it's all good. So stick with what works for you. If you're not feeling it, don't feel it. Then do something, what works for you. That's the best advice I give you.
And 187 says here, I'm just saying, why complain when you can build something new? No, nobody's complaining as far as I know. I'm actually very, very pleased and happy with the direction things are going for everybody. I like the fact that the Four Nerds are still a very successful group. I like the fact that Sill is really successful now and is doing his thing. I like the fact that my channel is growing organically and me and Sonja are doing our thing together every week. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about forging those relationships and building those bonds that are strong. You got to be, when you're doing this kind of content stuff, when you're doing this kind of stuff, you have to be around people that you can trust. You have to be around people that not only do you like them, but you trust them enough to know that you can count on them and they can count on you in a clutch. Like I love the example, Sill gave today about me where he was saying when Mikey wasn't available and because he was supposed to do a Rogues Gallery show earlier, Mikey wasn't available and he went to me and he said, "Hey man, you want to come on?" And I'm like, "Of course."
Oh, Zod's my go-to.
Like it's all about being there and having the back of the people that you care about the most, because those are the people in your network who are going to support you no matter what happens, no matter how big you get, no matter where you go. These people are going to support you because they know that they can trust you and they can count on you. So it's more about that than anything else. There's no sour grapes or complaining as far as what happened or what's going on. Everything is cool. And like I said, I have nothing but love for all of these people. So that's why when I think about it in the grand scheme of things, I look at it right now and I got my co-host on the ZodWriter show, Johnny Alpha, who's with me every week. He's a guy that I can count on no matter what. He's
Yeah.
always there. If he can't be there, it's only because he's having bad internet, but he's never let me down. And anytime I need him, he's always there. He loves doing the show. He comes on. He's every week. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. With Sil and I, it's the same thing. We know we can count on each other.
Right. Zod, I mean, I'm thinking maybe we're in the middle of what 187 is saying. I don't, maybe we're like on different planes with what he's saying, but I don't think he has a problem with what we're saying. But yeah, it's about networking. And like I said, you network until like, you know what I'm saying? You vibe with what you vibe with, right? If you're not vibing with the person, like if I'm not vibing with Sonya, I would not invite Sonya, right? But use just an example, Sonya. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Oh no,
But-
you could.
We're not vibing with you. We're gonna just kick you off the stream because we're not vibing with you, Sonya.
But I'm
Wait a
just an
minute,
example.
This is my show. You ain't kicking me
Oh,
out.
okay. Don't kick me out.
As Johnny Alpha Johnny Alpha Graphic Vandalism says, beware Ned Friedman. And Ned Friedman is the Snoke in the grass from the animated animated Ninja Gaiden OVA. It's very appropriate to this conversation we're having.
That's
so
funny.
I love to hear stuff like that. Yes, beware Ned Friedman. Yes. But
Yeah,
but,
so
but
187. I'm sorry, Zai. 187. Just real quick, it's a lot of unsaid things about so-called drama. Don't even worry about it. Just don't even. Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on from that conversation about the past and for nerds and all this here. Like we'll move forward. The whole point is that you know what I'm saying. Network with people that you know right now, and it's about moving forward. You know, evolving. And being positive, right? So we'll just keep it as that.
And being happy for everybody being successful.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's room for everybody on YouTube to do their thing and to be successful.
Plenty.
So that's great. And Barry Allen says, hello, everyone. As a DC fan, it's so cool to see this community come together. I was wondering, what other DC YouTubers do you watch?
Sonya.
I'm not a DC fan. Well, I'm not really a DC fan. I mean,
Wrong answer. That's right.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
I watch.
She left. She booted herself. I don't know what happened there. She'll probably be back. But see, that's what happens when you insult when you say you're not a DC fan. Even if you're joking, she's wearing a Superman t-shirt, for God's sake. You're wearing a Superman t-shirt, for God's sake. You can't say you're not a DC fan.
I mean, I love Superman. But
so you are a DC fan, okay.
I don't know many new YouTubers. I'm not on YouTube like that.
Right.
Well,
right.
you watch Zod and me.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good.
Sonya?
Well, yeah.
So I hope you. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm waiting for you to say.
I cut off before I started having technical difficulties. I said
no, we didn't catch that. No, I didn't catch that. Yeah.
No, you didn't catch it. Anyway.
Yeah, but I think for me, I of course watch and of course follow everything Sil Abdul does on both channels.
For sure.
I also follow people like I follow Fatal J.
Yeah.
I check out a lot of Dawson Nerdy in many ways. I check him out a lot. He always puts out some good videos. I do sort of I dabble from place to place, but because I do a lot of discussion about DC content myself, a lot of times I don't really watch a whole lot of other YouTubers because we're busy making content. So it's kind of funny. But I mean, I dabble in all the big names that we that you see pretty much. If you named about 5 of them, we could probably all say that we checked them out. So
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, definitely. Like you said, Fatal J, Abu Nas
yeah,
is someone I check out as well. Zod, I check you out. When Sonya starts her channel back up, I will watch that
Back
channel
up. It ain't never been started.
as well. We need to start the channel.
it ain't never been started. You're being honest about that.
I
You
just
start-
use it to watch other YouTubers, but
You
yeah,
start
it's
your
something you
channel.
watch pretty soon here. But
So
anyway,
when Sonya starts her channel, I'll watch her channel as well. And it's all about again the people that you network with, and you know what I'm saying, and you go from there. So yeah.
most
And,
definitely. Joey's. Oh, I was about to say Joey's been trying to get me to do this for how long now? Like a couple of years.
Couple of years.
Years.
Because I met Sonya.
Time ago.
Still, I met Sonya back in my early PSN radio days. We're talking,
Yeah.
we're talking late 2012, early 2013. So that's
Yeah,
how
it's
far
been that
back.
long.
That's how far back we go.
And they
So
were trying to get me to start a channel on PSN. I'm like, I really wasn't interested in streaming, but
Yeah.
I did a couple of shows with them on their roundtable.
Mhm.
That was about it. And then
Yeah.
Joey and I talked about doing something together, and it never happened until now. But anyway,
Yeah. Now it's time to stream. I mean, everyone within this past year has been acquainted with Zoom or Cameo or whatever streaming service out there. So
right.
hey,
right.
it's time to stream if you have the ability to do it.
Right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Koopy Malik says they just walking down memory lane, not complaining. Exactly.
Yeah, that
I mean,
was
because to
for a
us, because you look at everything, you try to look at everything from the prism of the positivity that was in mind at the time you were doing it. That's how you look at things.
right. Right.
And 187 says y'all have the ultimate insider, Sutton. Y'all can have the best insider channel on YouTube. People aren't connected like that. That's very true. And that's what Sil is doing.
That's what I'm doing. And Zai will be over there, and we may get Sonya over there.
Oh yeah, we'll have Sonya over there. Like I said, that's my idea for you to present to Mikey, Sil, the Fantastic Four, to present it as an idea, because Mikey, we know Mikey's a big Marvel guy too.
Really?
So I think
Sonya?
that idea would appeal to him.
Yes.
Just be happy to do it passively.
Yes.
No, and like I said, Rhea, I'm a big fan of what Rhea is doing with her gaming, but she also gets into the movie and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
superhero
Rhea is very well rounded, and it's nice.
She's the most versatile person I know.
I know. It's
Rhea,
nice to see her jump out and do the video game stuff, and then turn around and jump on and talk about this kind of stuff with us.
I'm a huge fan of Rhea. Like she supports my platform.
Everybody.
I'm like, Rhea, I'm a fan of you, Rhea. Like Rhea is across the board. She's into so many things. Like it's so cool.
Right. And every time she comments on anything, she brings this take to it, and we're always looking at each other like, damn, that was a good take. She really brings it out.
Energy.
Like it's perfect.
Yeah. Rhea brings that energy every time, and maybe she has to find what she wants to focus on specifically, but she has a lot of talent. And
it seems like she has this. It seems like she has this really, really strong love for doing her gaming stuff, her streaming, that kind of thing.
And if
that seems to be the direction she wants to go in. So that
needs to go full on because she'll be successful. I think whatever she decides to put her mind to, specifically.
Exactly.
Right? I think she'll be great. Yep.
And we got a question here: is the Snyderverse getting erased or restored? From everything that we've been talking about, Sil, I think it's going to get restored. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of this merger finishing things off. That's what I think.
So like Zod, like we had that stream earlier, right? And it's like don't take this Flash film as an indicator because it's its own thing. When we heard what Andy Muschietti said, like the slapstick angle he's trying to go with this film, just it is what it is, y'all, right? This Flash film. You may enjoy it, you may not. But after that, I think Zach will have a chance to do more, right? So
absolutely,
don't put too much into this Flash film. Just don't. It's the best advice I can give.
One way or the other. I feel like regardless of how successful or unsuccessful the Flash is, it's going to have no bearing on whether or not the Snyderverse gets restored because I think they've already made up their mind which direction they're going when it comes to that. And Integrity 101 says there's zero chance it gets erased. Exactly.
This Integrity guy, first off, I mean, he's going off of just hope, right? So Integrity is acting like he's like this scooper or something. Like, but shout out to Integrity. He's had hope for the Snyderverse to be restored
for a long time.
A long time.
He was saying this. He was been saying this forever, and he's someone who's never lost faith because because like I said earlier, he's looking at the business element of it. He's looking at it from a perspective of, look, if it turns stuff green, they're going to continue doing it. That's the whole idea. If it's unsuccessful and it's not making money, why would you keep going down a path that's not netting you anything financially? And and Discovery knows this. So
that's the thing. Yeah, it's more like now we have something to point to. I say this on every stream I do now. It's like it used to be we was fighting for a film that did not exist, right?
Exactly.
The Snyder Cuts did not exist according to the trades and the people with sources with WB. Now it exists, it's out, it's been successful worldwide, right? Now we got physical media selling out, worldwide. So you can't fight against it. Now you have numbers, tangible numbers. It makes no sense to not do more of this, right? Like it just business-wise.
Especially with the way, and now even domestically, the pre-orders for the stuff coming out in September is basically just what Europe got a couple months ago.
Exactly.
Not giving us anything new. They're not giving us anything special, and it's still selling out. I was wrong. I thought they were going to at least give us a digital copy. With the Snyder Cut, they're not even giving you a digital copy. So you're in effect getting the exact same discs that were released overseas. You're getting the same thing. No difference except the European certificates on the cover for the Snyder Cut won't be there on the US because we don't have that. But other than that, you're getting the exact same content. You're getting the exact same everything. The cover looks exactly the same. So I don't, and the fact that it's all selling out, it's all, it shows that there is a huge market for it. And
yeah, no doubt.
Justice League 2 and 3 announced, starring Jeff Johns. Well, no.
Okay, who's this guy? Who's this Adnan Rushnan guy? I don't know what he's talking about in the chat right now, but you need to chill out. I'm saying no, put it on side. I'm saying that you need to chill out. Okay, go ahead.
187 says I'm new. I'm asking. I'm a noob. I'm catching up. Okay, no problem.
No, 187 schools. So if you don't know, he's been on a lot of streams with me and Mikey.
Yeah, no problem with 187.
Yeah.
187, you're cool, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, we were just clarifying for anybody who may or may not have known.
Yeah, no,
we just want everybody to know that it's all about positive stuff.
Yeah, that's all. Just steer back to that. Yeah, Flicks picks and Nick picks. He's cool too.
And he wants to know, did Sis just bounce? I guess they're talking about you, Sonia, because you're the only woman on the panel. So he's saying, did Sis just bounce?
You're muted right now, Sonia.
Yeah, Sonia, where's your audio?
I'm sorry.
You muted yourself. You don't want us to hear your voice? And Johnny Alpha says, do shows and have fun. Finding other people that want to join in is hard, but best part is because when you meet a good cast to work with, man, it's amazing. He's 100% right.
Right. Johnny's usually with you, right? Zod?
Yeah, Johnny's with me all the time. Yeah,
Okay.
Johnny
All
Elf
the
is with me every
time.
week. Every week. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. We have so many. It's like, yeah, when you love streaming with people, and he's doing really well. Johnny's got his own live stream that he's doing now with a group of guys called Pink Buzz, and they're gelling really well. They talk about indie comics every week. So that's
integrity. First off, integrity in the chat. I was not trying to disrespect you. I'm just saying you had nothing to go off of. You're just saying you feel that the Snyderverse should continue, and that's cool, right? Because I felt that in 2017. You see what I'm saying? We could go back with this and say what we hope, what we feel should happen, but you do have to go off of what's happening in real time too. Right.
And Integrity was also one of the guys. And Integrity was one of the guys who had said way back when that there's going to be some sort of shakeup at WB that's going to allow this to happen.
But how do you know unless you know something going? You see what I'm saying? It's like it needed to be something to shake up WB.
Right, and that's what we got.
You see what I'm saying?
So when you look at it, from that space, and you take the faith and you take the business sense, and you don't lose faith, and your faith is unshakable, like with what Integrity 101
and that's great
is doing, and that's what you need. That's what you need when if you don't have a source and you don't have anything to go on, you basically use your common sense. And you follow the breadcrumbs.
What needs to happen, right?
Yes.
And so I'm sure Integrity did not know Discovery was going to buy into Warner Media, right? Because that's the divine intervention we needed.
Yes.
For the Snyderverse to happen, right? Because if Discovery didn't come into the picture, I'm sorry, Zach was not going to do any more DC projects. According to what he told Uche Wanere, I had him on my channel last month or 2 months ago, and he said Zach told him point blank. That was the Geeks and Gamers stream, Zod, the controversial.
Yeah.
So, but Uche said Zach told him point blank, he's not going to do anything else DC unless the leadership changes. So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to. I said Integrity is great, but did we know that a shift of leadership was going to happen? No, we didn't know. Right. That's what it took.
If we go off of that, knowing that needed to happen and that didn't happen, we would all be sitting here right now saying that it's dead until something like that happens. Because that's what you need. That's the catalyst. That's what you need. And AC says, I hate that it was marketed as a trilogy. Yeah, that's that. But that's WB. That's the current regime sticking the middle finger up to all of us and to Zach himself. That's them being petty. And Zach even knows they're being petty because he's promoting it. He's promoting the trilogy box set. So he knows they're being petty. But see, once the new regime comes in there, all that pettiness is going to be gone because those people don't have that axe to grind that the current people do.
So real quick, I'm sorry. So Integrity. He has been saying, I'm gonna acknowledge this, that a shakeup needed to happen, right? All I'm saying, Integrity, you did not know a shakeup was actually happening. That's all I'm saying, right? But I will give him this credit that he said this is what needs to happen for the Snyderverse to be restored, and we got it right.
And he said it, and he did say it. And I remember I remember when he posted it on your channel. He posted it on your channel the day before they said something. I remember that. Yeah, Integrity. You know, like I said, when you have that kind of faith and you're looking at it and trying to connect all the dots, that's a beautiful thing because then you can say, you know, you were right all along because that's what you believed. And honestly, at this point, we should all be happy that this merger is happening because there would be no chance if this merger wasn't happening. If
this merger did not happen, like Zach was content on not doing any more DC content, right? So it happened. This is the divine intervention that we needed. So I'm gonna take it. So hey, okay, integrity. You was right. I'll just say that he was right.
Yeah, he was, and I love it. I love it. I love to see things like that because to me, it's like when you have, especially when we were being ridiculed for so long. Like remember when we were being told it's a pipe dream, it doesn't exist, it's never going to happen, right? Right? I mean, come on.
It didn't exist, Zod, right?
It didn't exist.
Dream.
We were told there was. We were told. How many times did we hear the words? There is no Snyder cut.
Dude,
right?
For a couple years.
Yeah.
And then Zach showed the canister and like that deaded all of that. Right? So crazy.
And 187 says we can't have multiple Justice League movies at the same time. If Flash makes close to $1 billion, Snyder isn't coming back. Flash isn't going to make close to $1 billion. And I honestly feel like even if it does, the Discovery, they see the financial viability of restoring the Snyderverse. I mean, are you seeing the numbers? Are you seeing these sales numbers for this?
Yeah,
for this? I mean, my God,
the money's like I'm talking like integrity now. It's inevitable now, right? But like Zod says here, the Flash film is a different tone from the Snyder Cut, right? So it's almost like if the Flash is successful, it's just a different angle, right, Zod? Like they're going for something different with this film. You know, it's not the Snyder. So if Zach does more, it's going to be more on his line. But the Flash angle is more of like a Marvel angle. So I mean, it is what it is. Multiverse at this point.
Right, and like overall. I said, I don't think that whether the Flash does well or not, I don't think that's going to hinder because all of the people. Because you got to remember, all of the people at the top at Warner Brothers right now are going to be gone once the merger happens. Though they're not going to keep those top people.
Real quick, I'm sorry, Zach. 187. He's saying what WB wants. WB is being taken over by Discovery. His latest comment. So it doesn't matter what WB wants.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
They're going to be gone. They're going to be they're all going to be gone before. They're all going to be gone. 187, they're all going to be gone before the Flash movie comes out. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point. Right. Yeah, they're going to all be gone before we even see that movie.
I see what 187 is saying. He's saying, okay, what if the Flash is successful, right? Then okay, this is a new future of the DC universe. But I'm saying the people that's behind the Flash film, they're going to be fired in 2022, right? So it's a new regime coming in. That's the whole point. And integrity, hold on, let's see. Because for years, okay, integrity, no one's challenging you. You said this for, you've been hard faith into
very consistent. Yes, very consistent. And I got to give it. That's what I say. I got to give that to integrity because he's been saying the same thing.
No, he has. Yeah,
and
whoever you are, whoever integrity is, you've been very hard set from the beginning. And yes, things have lined up to match up with what you've been saying. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of. I want Zach to do more. Like I told integrity. I told every couple months I say integrity. I'm not fighting against you because we both want the Snyderverse, right? So there's no reason to fight against that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I agree with you.
And I want to give a big shout out to my good friend Zohar here, who says, I just came to say one up sucks, and this lady is very pretty, and I'm out. Have a good stream. Peace. He's talking about you, Sonia. You're very pretty.
Sonia is very pretty. Yes, she's a very
pretty.
Nice person.
Yeah. She's very pretty on the inside and the outside. So
yes, very very nice person until she chokes you out, right? And then
well that's a whole nother can of worms. When that happens, that's gonna be hilarious.
Until then, yeah. Very pretty person. Yeah.
And the Bet Channel wants to know Integrity 101 if he can borrow your crystal ball because you've been right about everything. You've been right about everything from the beginning. I mean, it's incredible.
The shield means hope, right? So hey, integrity has had this hope, and that's great. That's great. You know, there's no shade, no shade.
And Zohar, my good buddy Zohar replies here, and Sonya has the same name as my favorite Mortal Kombat character. Now I'm out for real. LOL. You know what? You know what, Zohar? You are the best, man. That is awesome. That is a great comment. I love that comment. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pin that comment because I think it is. I think it's amazing.
People call me Sonya Blade. They call me Red Sonya. I'm like,
I like Red Sonya. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. When you come to my channel, Sonya, you'll be Red Sonya.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I like that.
That'd be awesome.
She's like, whatever. But no,
oh my God, this is a great one. This is a great one right here. So, what do you think of this one? AC says integrity 101 is Mikey's burner account. Oh, that's great. That's beautiful.
I would know. That's not Mikey's
that is
word
beautiful.
But,
that is beautiful. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
He keeps agreeing with what Mikey says. So hey, maybe so. Mikey, are you integrity 101, Mikey? I'm gonna message you right now.
Yeah, I mean, my God, it's uncanny. It's amazing. I love it though. Like I said, I'm a big fan. You know, integrity has been so passionate about these last couple of years. Yes. It's insane. It's great. I love it.
I never want integrity to feel like I'm like integrity. We want the same thing, bro. Like I'm never fighting what you're saying, but you are saying like you knew Discovery was going to take over Warner. No one knew. Jason Kilar did not know that Discovery was taking over Warner Media, right? So I'm just putting it in perspective. That's all.
And Cisco, what's up, Cisco? He says, "I hope Mr. Zaz is aware of the total success of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Emmerich can only try and fudge." Fudge manipulate the numbers for so long.
It's a wrap.
Can't hide success. Exactly.
It's a wrap. New leadership in the building. It's a wrap. Yeah.
Exactly. There's nothing they can do. They cannot hide all this. Yeah. People are buying these movies like they're hotcakes. It's ridiculous the way they're selling out everywhere like this. Nope. Worldwide. We're not even talking about the United States.
As a business, right? And Sonya, like, you know, as a business, right? You if something's selling out, I'm going to give you more, right? Like, you know, that's as general as possible as you can put it. So, I mean, yes, they got to do more based off that.
And Kupi Malik says, Zod, Sil, and Sonya got to bail out. Prayer time. Nice stream, and looking forward to the Fantastic Four stream with you all and Rhea. Bye, all. Yeah, see, everybody likes that idea, Sil. You better pass that on to Mikey. That
has to happen. It has to happen. We got to get our schedules in line, right?
We could do it on a Saturday afternoon. If you're not,
it has to be an evening.
Saturday evening. Wait, what?
We gotta figure out the schedule. We'll talk about that later.
It has to be evening.
Yes, Friday, Saturday evening.
It can't be Saturday. Saturday night is my skating night.
So you can't. Yeah, you can't. You skate backwards, don't you, Sonya? Do you skate backwards?
But Thursday to do this stream with Zod. I mean, with Joey. He's Joey to me. He's Zod to you guys. Joey
Thursday. We'll figure out the schedule, right? We're gonna make this work, okay? Somehow we're gonna make this work. All right.
Like the Bat Channel says, supply and demand. We'll make it work.
Some skating. Sonya, do you skate backwards?
Oh hell yeah!
I know you do. See, to some old school music. Okay, but go ahead. Go ahead, Zach. We'll talk about that later.
And the demand is definitely there for the Snyderverse. Absolutely.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Oh, and then you got another fan here, Sonia. Cisco loves that damn Sonia's rocking the soup
She's
shirt.
not a DC fan.
Yeah, but she's not a DC fan, right?
I am.
I'm sorry, Sonia. I'm sorry.
I'm more of a Marvel than DC.
But you got a
Okay,
Superman shirt.
but I do like Batman and I do like
Superman.
Superman.
Are you sure you like Superman?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I know you.
And she
loves.
loves the Fantastic Four. Ladies and gentlemen, that Fantastic Four
It's
has
gonna
got
happen.
to happen. Oh, it's gotta happen. It's
We're
gotta
gonna work
happen.
these schedules out. I think that the people want it. I think the people
Oh
want
my
it.
God, it'll be beautiful. And I think Mikey will dig it too because he's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
Fantastic Four guy.
Or even like we could just do like a literally Fantastic Four stream, like So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And Integrity 101 says when the studio makes billion-dollar mistakes, literally, arguably the biggest financial blunders in Hollywood history, a shakeup is inevitable. It's not brain surgery. That's why I've said it forever.
Make the
Integrity.
Fantastic Four stay.
You did not. Hold on. Integrity. You did not know that Discovery was going to buy one. No one knew Discovery was going to buy one. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you're saying by the numbers it needed to take a shakeup. We're going to argue about this forever. But anyway, Fantastic Four, yes. Like Bat Channel says, Fantastic Four stream. It's coming. We just got to work out the schedules. That's all.
Make the Fantastic Four stream. I swear. I love the concept.
I love that
of like me and you and Rhea and Sonia. I think
that's like a power.
I think Rhea will love Sonia, and I think Sonia will love Rhea. It'll be amazing.
And when you guys said she loves to game, that's something I do too.
Oh my God, that's her thing.
Is a perfect.
She's gonna have you. She's gonna have you on her streams because that's what she does. She loves the gaming thing, man.
That needs to happen.
Like, and AC is doubling down. He says, "I'm telling you, it's Mikey."
No, Integrity's not Mikey. No, Integrity's not Mikey. I know Mikey. That's not Mikey. But Fantastic Four. We gotta work around the skating schedule that Sonia has, and then we'll work out that stream, right? But that's the sticking point right now.
187 says no one said no one Amber. Hey, 187 says no one says Amber was pregnant either. No one knows shit online. Well, that's true.
That's like, how does Amber Heard have a newborn? I'm just
the person she was messing with outside of her marriage, obviously.
Ooh.
Who knows? Oh no, because I'm just gonna say, like, recently she was with a woman. So yes. So
unless she was artificially inseminated,
that's what I'm saying.
Or that woman had a surgical procedure of sorts.
Or they
I don't know.
Some dude to,
that's possible.
Artificially inseminate her.
She didn't say, so I don't know. All of a sudden she has a baby. Amber Turd.
There you go, Amber Turd. Amber Turd. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's the general consensus around here. Someone said Amber Heard had a surrogate. That's possible too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and AC says, or it was a Jesus baby. I don't know.
Immaculate Conception. Amber, of all people, Amber Heard. Oh my God.
Amber Heard is essentially the new Queen of Atlantis, right?
Not to saying disrespect anyone in the chat. We're just playing with the. I'm just saying, Zod, I've learned to kind of just throw it out there, right? You gotta get your disclaimer out first. Then we can make fun of all this shit, right? But yeah, Amber Heard, come on now. Come on, Jesus baby, come on now.
I thought she was filming Aquaman too. Yeah. Well, yeah, but she has a new baby.
She said the baby arrived in April, but she just posted the picture today. So, yeah.
And the Bat Channel wants to know, out of curiosity, why do you guys think they are moving forward with Amber Heard? She is a cloud over Aquaman too. Well, I think it's because Warner Brothers doesn't care about any of that. They don't care.
Well, like what me and Mikey have been reporting, Warner Brothers thinks social media is a joke.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't pay attention to
Mikey Sutton and some black guy. I mean, come on. Right?
We've been saying this for a couple months, right? So they don't care about release the Snyder Cut, restore the Snyder verse, right? They think it's a joke. So when people have these online petitions about fire Amber Heard, Warner Bros. Does not care. Just like they don't care about, what we're campaigning for. That's why it took AT&T to release the Snyder Cut, and it's going to take Discovery to restore the Snyderverse, right?
And then the follow up with that channel is, yet they removed Johnny Depp from Fantastic Beasts, so it's a little bit hypocritical for them to take one serious but not the other, right?
So today I heard just a theory that Amber Heard had ties with someone who Johnny Depp was ruled against in the UK of all places. I don't know like the whole story with this, right? But he was labeled as a wife beater by someone connected with Amber Heard, and once he was labeled that, he was fired from WB. So it's some behind the scenes stuff that's happening, that a little shady going on. Justice for Johnny Depp, hashtag that. But yeah, they're on board with Amber Heard. She's gonna have a big role in Aquaman 2, and she's going to get a solo project after that. Just book it now.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that Mirror movie. AC says it's probably Hamada's baby. That's why they want her in more movies. No?
It's somebody's baby. Someone said it's mine, but it's a white baby, so it can't be mine. Just saying.
Well, the baby could just be real light skinned, so could still be yours.
I got a lot of melatonin.
Cisco says that it's possible they believe Heard Heard more than Johnny Depp's side of things.
Hold on, sorry. You can't say that. That's fine.
That was pretty funny. But Cisco says it's possible they believe Heard's story more than Johnny Depp's side of things. Yeah.
Well, no, it literally was the Sun in UK tried the case. I don't know why UK was involved with this case, but they labeled Johnny Depp as a wife beater. Like it's like public records, right? So just kind of Google that. Once he was labeled this by UK, he was fired from Warner Brothers
because they shoot all their movies in Pinewood Studios in the United Kingdom. So
yeah, so I mean Amber Heard. I mean, I think the best case of this, when it's a personal situation, no one should have got involved with this.
That's very true. Yeah,
you know what I mean. If Amber wanted to leave Johnny Depp, then just leave Johnny Depp. Don't say nothing, because the body cams of the cops showed that she was actually, effing up stuff more than Johnny Depp in that home. So it is what it is. But when you make it like this, where you're picking a side, that's when things got a little murky overall. I think with domestic situations, you just kind of let them figure it out unless it's really life or death. That's my stance. People don't got to agree with me, but that is what it is.
And Integrity 101 says, Sil, you're going to give me a heart attack.
Amber Heard is going to get a solo project, Integrity. She's going – I know that. That's why you're not Mikey. I know you're not Mikey. Amber Heard is going to get a solo project after Aquaman 2. Yeah.
And Cisco says, The Flash is banking on Keaton and Affleck trying to get – to 1 billion globally. The nostalgia factor with Keaton is what they are counting on. Yeah, but they're going to use Michael Keaton as a buffoon and treat him like an idiot, so that's not going to happen. I just
the film that they're talking like Zod, like you put it so perfectly, right? So my stream, it's on Twitch right now. Like Zod gave me probably the perfect stream, and Zod, that stream's been blowing up on Twitch. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Like that's been like a wonderful stream that we put out today. And then the previous stream that I posted, I think is doing better than today's stream. About when you talked about what happened on your stream personally,
Yeah.
and we had the pictures, right? So me as I like, we have the highest stream on Twitch right now, DC related. But with this film, this Flash film, if they're going with this tone that we've been talking about, Zod, of the Marvel formula, it's not going to make $1 billion. It's not, because it's DC trying to do Marvel.
And they tried that with Justice League and it didn't work. So
I don't think it's going to translate.
No.
It's going to be, but see, at the end of the day, though, Zod, it's going to be, quote unquote, a successful film. It's going to, do like 600-700 million. But no, it's not going to do $1 billion because it's not going to capture, like Aquaman. Everyone, all of us watched Aquaman because we was hoping it connected with the Snyderverse, right? I don't think everyone's going to watch The Flash like Aquaman. Do you think, Zod? Like, all of us. You see what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to watch the Flash film like that. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
That's why
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. And Neon Sci-Fi says, if you want WB to take you seriously, become a Golden Globes or Oscars or some kind of award give crap. Yeah, it's like, although they even treat people that win those awards like crap too, they don't care. WB marches to the beat of their own drum. I don't know what their logic is or what they're about. I mean, it just seems like they do everything ass backwards, and the only way they're gonna things are gonna change is just like Integrity 101 kept saying, something catastrophic is gonna have to happen. They're gonna have the crystal ball that Integrity 101 has us all in stitches right now, for real. Because nobody knew nothing. Nobody knew nothing but him.
No one's going at Integrity. I hope he's not taking it like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, he said, like, incompetent execs need to be overthrown. So I agree with that. But we did not know that Discovery was going to take over. But
he just knew that somebody was going to come in at some point.
Someone had
and shake up the company, and he was 100% right. He didn't know 100% that it was going to be Discovery, but he knew that it was going to take something like that to come in and do it. Yeah. Generally speaking, and that's true, and it's turned out that way. So your crystal ball was 1,000% correct, dude. All the way. It was awesome.
It's no shade. A little bit shade.
We're at 3 hours.
What?
Joey. I know still it take you to 5. So I want to get up out of here because I have to get up for work in the morning. I have to wake up at 5 in the morning.
Go to sleep, Sonya.
What?
I said go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four. That's how we gotta do that. So I guess at this point, Sonya, since you've got to go and it is your show, my show, it's our show. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, and I want to thank our guest, Mr. Sil Abdul from Sil Abdul Inc., for coming in and having this nice chat with us. This was amazing. This was the first time Sonya and I have had someone else on this particular show with us, and we will be back. And me and Sonya are going to be back together again on Monday with another episode of Q&A with ZodWriter featuring SweetSonjaG. And again, Sil's going to go and he's going to talk to Mikey Sutton, and we're going to make that Fantastic Four thing happen. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody here for being here with us tonight. This is so awesome. Thank you, Integrity 101, Bat Channel 187, Cisco. All you guys, thank you for stopping in here. Thank you, Sil Abdul, for jumping on the channel tonight. It was great. And again, me and Sonya, we appreciate all the support.
Yes, we do.
We are going to be back next week. So good night, everyone.
Good night.